Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Mists of Kren's Valley.
You
First
forgot the wine
episode.
glass.
Hmm?
You forgot the wine glass.
No, I didn't. I'll use it later when I'm thirsty. So,
For the intro. Damn it. Sorry.
you know what? We're gonna start right off the bat with me saying I was putting a Patreon poll up, and I was like, okay, well, Descent into Avernus is gonna be ending soon. What should I run next? And I put all these options on there, and a lot of people voted, and Humblewood and Curse of Strahd kept tying. And at the end, those two just were always neck and neck. So I went, screw it. We'll do both. Maybe this will be like Kingdom Hearts, and somehow the two mashups will work well. So, here we are. We're starting off in Humblewood. Now, for those of you that do not know this setting, Humblewood is from a very popular Kickstarter from Deck of Many Things. They got cute little bird people and fox people and deer people and stuff like that. It's kind of like a D&D 100 Acre Wood kind of scenario. The entire campaign setting takes place in a place called the Wood, for short, but is technically known as the Humblewood. And it's its own little nation, so to speak. It's like the 100 Acre Wood, and there's a giant tree in the middle named Alderheart, where most of the trade and such takes place. It's very cute. The biggest enemy is scorching fires that are taking over part of the woods. But we're not going there in this campaign. Instead, our group of humble little folk, some more bird than humble, are traveling through the woods. Now, each of you might have your own reasons for travel, but regardless, somehow all of you have met up and are travel buddies. Maybe some of you have known each other since childhood, lived in the same village together. Maybe some of you, this is just a stranger to keep company with during the long travels through the woods. So you're not alone. And the bandits, the bandit coalition, doesn't try to attack you and steal your stuff. In Humblewood, they're like I guess they're the antagonists. They're kind of like Robin Hood's merry men, but not as merry.
And not as men?
Not as men, yeah, actually. So, I think we'll start off with the sun is setting. You've been in the shade for quite a while now, which you're well used to, living in the woods for all of your life. And you all are starting to set up camp. And I think we'll start with how I have it on the overlay of everybody describing their character. So, Hemlock, why don't you describe yourself and what you'd be doing for camp?
Okay. Hemlock is a Mapach, I think is how you say it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a raccoon, little cute raccoon girl, and she is probably either picking flowers and putting them in her hair, or plucking at her lute, because she's definitely probably not helping set camp. She's just there for the entertainment. She's wearing a really nice dress, and that's that's her.
Okay, what kind of song, or would she be? Should she just be plucking on the strings, or would she be like humming a tune? Would it be like a happy tune, or would it just be like almost like a lullaby or heavy metal? I mean, what
oh,
she?
yeah, totally heavy metal. No, she probably something that she heard from her friends. So like a jolly tune to help everybody be happy, because that's what all she wants is for everybody to be happy.
Okay, well, Hemlock is the morale of the party, it seems. Up next will be Tim-Tam.
So it's Corvum? Corvum?
Corvum, yes.
Corvum, yeah. It looks like a magpie with a big wizard hat with like some like steampunk glasses on top of it that it can absolutely not use on his eyes because first, they don't come off the hat, and second, his eyes are like on the side of his head. So what's even the point? It's like has a huge backpack full of stuff. It has a staff and male scale armor, and once everybody stops and starts to set up camp, it will just drop the bag on the floor, and you realize it's pretty skinny. It looked like a ball while he was walking, but now it's like just a skinny bird doing nothing, just looking at shiny stuff, chasing fireflies. And at some point, it will just set like a tent and try to sell stuff, pricey stuff to the others. Worthless pricey stuff to the others.
What kind of things would Tim-Tam be trying to sell? If you'd be willing to expand on that.
Yeah, it's like
a glowing
probably
rock.
Rock with slightly glow on it, or a word, or stuff like that, like glowing floating word on top of the rock. Mainly just, something probably like a stick that does frog sounds, stuff like
that. Hemlock would be familiar with Tim-Tam's craft, for a lot of Mapach tend to also tinker in such magics.
She would probably be like plucking the loot and like looking over and like studying all of the stuff, thinking it's really cool, but not saying anything because she's not going to touch your stuff.
Do you need I have a very special rock that you may find useful since you play your instrument very well, but when you're practicing, I have this rock that does, how do you call that thing that goes like in the tempo, that guides the tempo for musicians, you know?
Oh, like a conductor's wand?
No, it's like a thing that you hit and it goes like...
Oh, a metronome.
Yeah, metronome, but it's a rock that just does the sound when you throw it on the ground.
That's really cool. I'll have to look at that.
I give it for you for free if you keep playing.
Okay. She just keeps playing.
Meanwhile, in the background, hulking over everyone else, I like to think, in height alone, Saxton, what do you look like?
Well, as a tree goes flying into the center of camp for firewood. Oh, I'm pretty a broad-chested Strig, or owl-like creature.
For those at home, in Team Fortress 2, there's a character named Saxton Hale. Imagine that, but he's an owl.
Saxton owl, thank you.
So you got the Crocodile Dundee hat with like the little teeth on the hat, and all you're really wearing are like boots. He's really actually, no, you're not, because you're a bird folk. You got these big tough talons because you're an owl predator, and you're wearing tight shorts.
Think crocodile
tight brown
shorts.
Yes.
They're not tight, they're form-fitting.
The form-fitting shorts.
I just fill out the form quite well.
And last but not least, what about Nyhm?
Ah, crap, this is where I freeze up. Nym's probably the shortest, standing at a whopping 3 feet tall for a Jerbeen, mousy type character. She basically decked out in the regular hide gear for a rogue. One scarred eye that's just whited out, the other one very violet. Small tuft of hair at the top of her head that's black, that is tipped in the same color violet. She would be up in the lowest branches, closest to camp, setting up a hammock. Her own little special section of the camp.
Okay. The rest of you know that you are in the further reaches of the wood, where the trees are relatively young. And by relative, I mean the trees are about the size of average ones on our Earth standards. But the closer you get to the center of the wood, the taller the trees get. And Alderheart is like half a mile tall. It's like ridiculously tall. But no matter where you're at in the wood, if you climb to the treetops, you can always see Alderheart. So you always know which direction you're going. At least to some point. So, you all have your camp. The tree is on fire in the middle, as you guys set up. Not gonna have any survival checks or anything. And, do any of you keep watch during the night? Or... Probably not, but I mean, it's up to you. You're pretty far away from the Bandit Coalition stuff.
We should probably take turns keeping watch. That would be the smartest thing to do.
I'll stay up in a tree.
You climb a tree?
Yes.
You know what? We'll have our first roll for tonight. Give me an athletics check. Unless you have an innate climb speed.
Don't think so.
I don't think so either. I just know you have giant talons, so I was like, that might give you... Like Tabaxi, because I know Tabaxi have it. But in any case, athletics check.
Oh, okay. 18.
Alright, yeah, you were able to easily get up there. And you set it for watch. During your shift, nothing really happens. It's just the mists during the night start to come in a little bit. But that's normal, especially since it just rained like a few days ago. So it's not that big of a deal. Who's next? After Saxton.
And I will rest up here as well.
Copycat. Bird.
How do you let the next person know it's their turn? Do you like grab an acorn and like just throw it at him or something?
Chuck. At Nyhm.
Nyhm, you are awoken by a little acorn. It just hits you. Harmlessly.
Okay, I was about to say, better not be at muzzle velocity with his kind of throw. Okay, yeah, I would take my watch from the hammock that I've set up.
All right. You notice that the fog is coming in. It's probably around 3 in the morning by now. And visibility is kind of minimal. But you do not hear anything suspicious at all. Besides the sound of insects and crickets and such on this warm summer night fading as it seems to get quieter and quieter. And then who would be the last shift for the night?
I can do it.
I toss the acorn over to you much more gently. Apparently it's the shift acorn. I don't know.
I have gotten the shift acorn. It is my shift now. Okay, I'll climb the tree that everybody else was climbing, and I will look out.
Give me an athletics check.
Athletics 11.
Okay, you scramble for a little bit, but you're able to get up to the lowest branch.
Yay! Oh, I have a climbing. I'm an expert climber. Does that make a difference?
Yes, it does. There was no check needed.
Okay.
But we'll still say you scrambled.
Yeah. It's the dress.
Mm-hmm. And you sit up there, and nothing really happens during your shift. It just is very foggy. It's very quiet. And you can't help but doze back to sleep. You doze back to sleep so subtly that you don't realize you fell asleep during your shift until you wake up to a crow In the morning,
Damn it, Tim-Tam, keep it down. I'm trying to sleep.
you all realize
Sorry.
that I have flavor text for you.
Quick question. Could our audience hear that?
Yes, they should. At least to a certain amount. Oh yeah, I don't think I announced at the very beginning. I apologize. I had it on the transition before the stream started, but all the ambience will be coming from Sword Coast Soundscapes, which has their own Patreon, YouTube channel, Bandcamp, all that stuff. Their stuff's really great if you want some actual ambience. It's not like constant music in the background. It's just sounds. So yeah, you should definitely check them out. This, for those curious, is from the Curse of Strahd sounds that he has. So, here it is. Your fire sputters as the low mist around you seems to gather around the edges of your camp, growing closer as the night wears on. By morning, the fog is hanging thick in the air, and it turns the trees around you into gray ghosts. You then notice that these aren't the same trees that surrounded you from the night before. Hemlock, you are the first to wake up.
I scramble down the tree. Guys.
I think everybody's in the tree.
Oh, okay. I scramble back up the tree.
Everyone but Tim-Tam.
Nah, I'm sleeping on top of all my stuff.
As bird folk do, I think most of them like to sleep in trees at night. Makes sense.
I can still just imagine them piled on top of all of their stuff like it was their mobile nest, just sleeping there in the branches.
You could actually probably build a mobile nest.
But Hemlock gently wakes up everybody, and if it's not Hemlock, it's the sudden sound of, like, crows in the distance.
You hear the crows?
Okay, are these like crows, or are these like other Corvum or Corvum?
A fun thing about Humblewood, which I was questioning for a while, there's the same kind of animals as normal. They are completely separate from what you guys are. So there are actual literal raccoons as well, and mice and such.
Okay.
But just like how humans don't view chimpanzees as like the same kind of thing, it's not. They're a different species completely.
I'm going to pack up my hammock and things while keeping a relatively weary eye around.
How long did we sleep for?
You feel like you've taken a long rest. Hemlock, you do notice, very faintly on everybody, you start to see something like in the center of them. Like some kind of little glow. But it seems to be very faded and diluted. Like you were starting to see it last night, but when you woke up, it's definitely a lot dimmer.
I get really close to Nyhm, and I put my face near their chests, and I'm like, I tap at it, and I'm like, come on, little light, you can do it.
Okay, 1, back up. 2, that's my necklace. 3, back up.
Oh, sorry. I think this is a thing. I don't really know much about it yet, but I think it's a thing.
If this becomes a thing, you're going to get stabbed. Please,
Oh.
personal space.
Whoa. First, where are we? And then we can talk about stabbing.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
What's going on up here?
Sorry, I just imagined like his head he just lifts upwards, but he's facing away from you guys, and because he's an owl, his head just turns 180. What's going on? What?
I absolutely have to ask. The specific pattern on Saxton's chest, is the whole thing glowing?
No, but Saxton's chest... Oh yeah, we didn't get to describe that. Saxton Hale from Team Fortress 2 has Australia as his chest hair, but Saxton instead, as an owl, has a feather pattern on his chest that it looks like a silhouette of the Humblewood itself. It's roughly the same shape as Australia, so that works.
Works out for everyone.
There's one exceptionally big feather in the middle that is Alderheart, the giant tree. You're not sure how it got there. You were just born that way. Anyway.
Who is making all that noise at this hour?
Sounds like gross. Yep, it's gross.
I'll tone down the crows a little bit. So. What do you all do?
Well, I would think I would finish packing up my stuff and then jump down to the ground floor.
Okay. As you do, you notice that even the grass is different, and a wolf
What?
howls in the distance.
Did I step in?
You feel like you might not be safe here.
Kind of get that vibe.
I'll jump down to the forest floor then.
I jump out of the way because I know it's him.
Okay, this got a lot louder. Alright, so. What do you all do now that you hear wolves in the distance?
I'm gonna draw my rapier and be on the lookout.
Quiet, you flea bags!
I'm gonna grab a stone, use magical tinkering, so it says chase on the stone in glowing letters. So, I mean, if a dog comes, I will just throw it and hope for the best.
Cute.
Okay. So.
Okay. I say, you all are great people, and I like tap you on the shoulder, and you're blessed now.
Blessed?
Yeah.
That's an extra d4 to attack rolls and saving throws, I think.
Yes.
Wow.
As long as you concentrate on it.
Yep, I'm concentrating on it.
As you do that, you notice the light at the center of them is a little brighter. Especially on Tim-Tam, who seems to be
Is
the one you've
this
connected with the
you?
most.
Is this you? Oh gosh, it's finally happening. Okay.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
It's just a thing.
You notice just within range of your visibility is a cobblestone road.
Oh, we're going to head towards the road.
Yeah. I guess. I mean, where's north?
You look up in the sky, and all you see is gray mist. Seems like you're surrounded by this fog. This very heavy-set fog this morning.
I'm thinking even if I was to jump up there, I probably wouldn't be able to see far.
Can I toss him up in the above it?
Not consensually.
We can see the sky right here.
The tops of the trees aren't visible in this fog.
Yeah, you want to go see what's going on?
No, I just said, with this kind of fog, I probably wouldn't be able to see anything.
Okay, let's follow the road, this path for a while, and maybe we get like a better place we can climb or something.
Did anybody think to bring torches?
I have no.
Ooh, this is gonna be good. Okay.
Okay,
Wait,
so I will give one of my torches to Saxton to carry.
I have torches, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I was about to say if none of you had torches. Oh boy.
I have a torch. I have a torch.
Okay. Saxton, do you have one of your own torches?
I'm checking my equipment.
I don't think Saxton needs it. I think Strig have dark vision.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The howling is coming from the opposite direction, away from the road.
Okay, let's follow the road.
I think we should hasten our pace, yeah.
I was just complimenting them on being subtle, but oh well.
Quote unquote subtle.
Yeah. So you head down on the road. Black pools of water stand like dark mirrors in and around this muddy cobblestone roadway. Giant trees loom on both sides of the road. Their branches are clawing at the mists. You continue traveling for a few hours. When I say a few hours, I mean like 2-ish hours.
There goes Bless.
I thought it was only for 1 hour.
The fog spills out of the forest to swallow up the road behind you. Ahead, jutting from an impenetrable woods on both sides of the road, is high stone buttresses looming gray in the fog. Huge iron gates hang on the stonework. Dew clings with a cold tenacity on the rusted bars. 2 headless statues of armed birdfolk guardians flank the gate. Their heads are now lying among the weeds at their feet. They greet you, only with silence.
Is the gate closed?
No.
Proceed past the gate.
Well, they were closed, but as you proceeded closer, they slowly creaked open for you.
That's normal. It's fine.
Yes.
It is though.
No. But let's go with it for now.
I guess we have to. So yeah.
Oh,
I had to go back into the fog with the dogs.
No, I'm fine.
That's what I thought.
As you proceed forward, and the gate is no longer in view as you proceed, you hear it close behind you. As some of you might look back to see where it is now no longer visible. This mist just behind you as you proceed forward, almost like it's following you. You travel for another maybe 10 minutes tops, when you see next to the road, actually the road itself leads to what appears to be a house, a manor of some kind.
Well, I
Hey,
guess
Saxton.
someone got through a lot of trouble to bring us here. We might as well just like knock on the door.
As you were... Sorry, I'm gonna have to rewind. I got to the house too soon. I apologize. As you're proceeding forward past those gates, you hear up ahead some children singing. I want to play. I want to play. I want to play in your D&D game. I want to play. And just continues that. And then it seems to fade off, and then that's when you see the house up ahead. And standing in front of you is a pair of children. An older looking Vulpin, which is Fox girl, so she's like a Vulpin pup. And even smaller than her appears to be a little boy of Vulpin that can't be more than 4 years old.
Go say hi, Saxton.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't brought my D&D dice. So can we go back now?
Ah, yes. Hello, children. Perhaps you can tell us where we're at.
You notice the little boy was crying as you approach. And the girl is shushing him. After shushing the boy, she turns to you, Saxton, and says... She looks up at you and says, "There's a monster in our house." She then points to the tall brick row house that has seen better days. Its windows are dark. It has a gated port on the ground floor, and the rusted gate is slightly ajar.
What kind of monster is in your house?
I don't know. I've just heard the noises. The little boy hides behind her, and she looks very intimidated by you.
I step in front of Saxton, and I pull.
And I'm gonna,
a flower.
We don't have wolves now, so it's fine. We're at the house.
I pull a flower out of my hair and I say, "It's gonna be okay. We'll take care of the monster."
She takes the flower, and she doesn't really show any happiness for it, but she does look a lot less nervous around you.
Well, certainly a monster in a kind of like broken house. It's less creepy than the kids singing. So yeah, let's go for it.
Uh,
Don't know about you, but the kids are kind of creepy to me. I don't say that in character, by the way.
Mom and Dad keep the monster trapped in the basement.
Oh,
I
is
take it back.
that true?
Where's your parents at?
In the house. Pointing back at the house.
Hmm.
Did
So-
they happen to go in the basement?
They seem to go down there often. They say it's so they can keep the monster quiet.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Our little brother, Walter, is up on the 3rd floor.
Oh no.
Okay, let's deal with this.
I guess we don't have much of a choice.
I'll say the little Vulpin boy is hiding behind his sister's tail, because they have poofy tails.
That's adorable, but they still creep me out.
Also, now I think about it, their clothes seem a little different for you guys. They seem a little more, I don't know, they don't seem like stuff you've seen in Alderheart. Very unique, customly made clothes. They look like they could have been like nice clothes at one time, but they are definitely well worn. Like maybe these are hand-me-down kids' clothes for someone that was rich.
So I guess go up and knock on the door.
You go up to knock on the door.
Gonna be giving those kids a wide berth.
1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
I will stab you.
And
save.
you notice that it is unlocked.
Cue squeaky door opening.
Call out to see if anyone's in there.
Where are the kids?
They haven't moved. They just look back at you all nervously. They don't seem like they want to come closer to the house. You don't hear anything inside the house except for an occasional creaking of wooden floorboards.
So
We should go to the 3rd floor and find the brother, or we go straight for the basement.
there's a possibility that the parents are elsewhere, not necessarily in the basement. If I was going to be nice about things, I would say we go up to get the other kid out first, then look for the parents, then go for the basement.
Well, we could split up. Two could go and get the 3rd child upstairs, and the other one go downstairs and see what's going on.
Oh, that sounds like such a bad idea.
Why would you do that?
Let's split up, gang.
Yeah, no, Scoob, we're not splitting up.
Like
I mean,
zoinks.
We're in a wooden house with creaky floor with a potential monster in the basement. We're not splitting.
Oil
Thank you, voice of reason.
Oil
Speaking-
lamps on the porch are hanging here by chains, and they are lit. When you look inside the door as it opens, there's a little entrance foyer in here, and it seems to have a shield emblazoned with a coat of arms, a stylized golden windmill on a red field, flanked by framed portraits of stony-faced aristocrats, all of them Vulpins. Mahogany-framed double doors lead in past the foyer and further into the house.
Hey, Saxton, grab one of those lanterns real quick, if you don't mind.
I'll grab one of the lanterns and proceed inside.
The lantern is chained. Like it's hanging from a chain.
Wait
Oh.
for it.
Don't break it.
No. Just let him.
But
I'm not going to break someone's house.
yeah,
Oh, I honestly thought you were about to say you're going to break the chain.
proceed inside and start looking for the entrance to the basement.
What do the rest of you do?
I follow the big owl.
I'm going through stealthily.
How?
I am not going to be an open target.
You know what? Just give me a what's your stealth modifier?
Do stealth modify? Uh-oh. I have expertise in that too, Scotty. It's a +7.
+7. Okay. I'm just gonna go with a passive stealth, as in like you take 10, so it'll be a
So
17. Mm-hmm.
Works for me.
I'll let you know if you need to roll later, but since you said you're just gonna be going stealthily, we'll just go with that for now.
Copy that.
As I look at the map, and you all proceed in, the music changes.
Oh, jeez.
You head inside into a what seems to be a wide hall that runs the width of the house, with a black marble fireplace at one end. Excuse me. Oh, I might need a drink. Maybe I'm a little parched. Okay, so mounted on the wall above the fireplace is a long sword and a windmill cameo worked into the hilt. Wood-paneled walls are innately sculpted with images of vines, flowers, nymphs, and satyrs. For those who don't know, they're like fairy-like creatures. Satyrs are the bottom halves, like goat hooves. Little guys with the pan flutes, you know.
What's the top half of the satyr? It's still
I was
like
just
human?
about to ask that.
The top half, the top half is, we'll say,
Please be something stupid.
Jerbeen. With little goat horns.
And the names are like sexy.
And the nymphs will say,
I'm sorry.
are look like almost like pigeons.
That makes sense.
Or as you would know, Luma. Luma are like the smallest of the bird folk. Since you're looking at that, Tim-Tam, give me a perception check.
Where are my dice? Okay.
You said you didn't bring them.
No, but that was in character.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
19.
Hmm.
Not bad for a +1.
You notice that serpents and skulls have been inconspicuously woven into the wall designs here. As you look closer.
Oh, this is super expensive.
The decorative paneling follows the staircase as it circles upwards to the second floor. You do see another smaller room in this main hall as well.
Didn't Saxton say he was heading towards the basement?
Looking for the entrance to the basement.
You don't see an entrance yet, but you do see quite a few doors that you can enter through.
Oh no, I'm getting Ghosts of Saltmarsh flashbacks.
Mm-hmm. So there's one immediately hugging the wall you just came in from. Then there's a big spiral staircase leading up to the second floor that's immediately to your right when you open the doors. And in front of you are 4 other doors that you could choose from.
I guess check the first one closest.
What's
All right.
behind door number 1?
Alright, yeah, you immediately go to your right, and you open that door. And inside, you see an oak-paneled room that looks like a hunter's den. Mounted above the fireplace is a deer's head. Positioned around the outskirts of the room are 3 stuffed wolves. 2 padded chairs draped in animal furs face the hearth, with an oak table between them supporting a cask of wine, 2 carved wooden goblets, a pipe rack, and a candelabrum. A chandelier hangs above the cloth-covered table, surrounded by 4 chairs. 2 cabinets stand against the walls. The east cabinet sports a lock that can be picked with thieves' tools. Maybe, if you have some.
Ooh.
The north cabinet does not look like it's locked.
So, being the curious rogue that I am, I'm going to stealth my way over and attempt to pick the lock.
All right.
Are we going to steal from the house of these poor kids?
No, just looking to see what's inside of it. No reason not to. Might help us find what we're looking for.
Are you looking in the locked cabinet or the unlocked one first?
I'm attempting to pick the lock on the first.
All right. Give me a dexterity check. You are proficient because it's thieves' tools.
Yes. Does the proficiency is the dex bonus and proficiency?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. Do 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
Okay, you open up the cabinet, and inside you notice it has a heavy crossbow, a light crossbow, a hand crossbow, and 20 bolts for each weapon.
So, looks like we've got a hunter.
I think the decor would have given that away.
Yeah.
I was being sarcastic, Saxton. Does anybody have anything ranged that or would want anything ranged?
I mean, I could sell it well, but the thing is, like, we don't want to steal.
Okay,
I think so, right?
let me put it to you
Hemlock?
this way.
Saxton?
I'm not trying to steal anything. They say there's a monster in the house. I'm not doubting them. If we're going to take these weapons, we can give them back real easy when we're done. But there's a monster in the house, apparently. I'd rather go with anything that we can find.
Sounds like a reasonable argument to me.
So I would like to grab... I just have a regular crossbow. What do I have here? Mine's a light crossbow, isn't it?
There's one of each kind of crossbow.
No, I'm saying the one that I have.
Oh.
Short bow.
You have a short bow.
I was way off.
You do know that crossbows, early game, will probably be useful. Actually, as a rogue, it won't really matter too much for you. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rogue
And-
and fighters.
I got a short bow, so I won't worry about it.
Okay, fair enough. Do you check out the other cabinet?
Absolutely.
Inside, you notice a small box and an assortment of wine glasses.
Is the small box locked? Is it a small lockbox? Is it a locked small lockbox?
You take out the small box and you open it.
Is that a question, or are you saying what I'm doing?
I'm question.
Yes, I would like to begrudgingly and warily open the small lockbox.
As you open it, you see it's a deck of playing cards. All of them seem to have a theme of wolves.
Close it with a little squeak and go, okay, unless you guys want to grab one of the crossbows, there's nothing exactly useful here.
Start heading back out into the hall.
As you turn around, Nyhm, you notice that these windows are the windows that were facing outwards at the front of the house. And on the other side of the window, all you see is the mist. You don't see the kids, you don't see the road.
I'm starting to really dislike this mist.
I quickly grab the light crossbow.
Make sure to grab the 20 bolts that are there too.
As you,
Yeah.
as you grab the light crossbow, you notice that it's not very light. It's made of mahogany, and it's got ornate designs on it.
Did you say mahogany?
Of course.
The cursed word.
Does the crossbow say Yama on the side?
The heavy one does.
So I go back over to the box and I want to.
The heavy one
sleight of
depicts
hand.
some kind of demon on it, and it says Yama under the demon.
I want to walk back over to the lockbox and try to sleight of hand steal that heavy crossbow because it says Yama.
I mean, you already unlocked it.
I know, but I don't want the other people to see that I'm stealing that
Heavy crossbow. We're going to see it.
Sleight of hand, I guess.
Sleight of hand.
That crossbow is as big as you.
Not if I, well, even if that's insulting.
No, I mean, have you seen a heavy crossbow?
I have.
Nym's pretty tall for a Jerbeen, now I think about it.
So
I mean, I
that's
have a heavy crossbow and there's no way I can hide it anywhere in my body.
I'm gonna be
phrasing,
dragging it behind him.
phrasing.
Yeah,
So
well,
that's a
yeah.
19 on the sleight of hand.
Okay, you're easily able to take both it and the 20 bolts that go with it without anyone noticing, if you would like.
That's what I do.
All right. And then after that, you guys said you were going to turn around and go back into the main hall.
Yes.
All right. You do. And immediately to your right is that spiral staircase that leads up. And there's 4 doors on the opposite wall from where you guys are at.
We should go get the kid. I don't want to. He's probably scared.
Yeah.
All right, we'll head upstairs.
All right. Let me look.
Wait,
Unlit.
didn't they?
Yeah, what?
I was just gonna say, didn't the kids outside say their brother was on the 3rd floor?
Yeah.
Great. I go back into stealth again.
All right. You notice that these stairs, it's like a circular stairway, and it has the red velvet stuff on the stairs. It's worn. It's still really nice, nicer than most houses you've ever seen. Because Humblewood is very hobbit home. You know, like it's comfortable, but it's not extravagant. This is maybe a little bit higher than that. And as you head up, you notice that the stairs can continue going to the 3rd floor, but on the 2nd floor, as you're going up, you notice that there are unlit oil lamps mounted on the walls in this elegant hall. You notice a wood-framed portrait of what appears to be a Vulpin family. You assume it's the kid's family, for you can see a male Vulpin, a female Vulpin, and 2 smiling children, the 2 that you saw outside.
But no third.
Cradled in the
But-
father's arms is a little baby Vulpin baby. I said baby twice, whatever. You notice that
Vulpin
the
baby.
mom seems to have a little bit of scorn against the baby.
Oh, jeez.
So the 2 children, they're the ones that we saw outside.
Yes,
Did they look about the same age?
maybe a little younger. It's hard to tell at that age.
Wait,
Okay, so,
the ones outside look younger?
In the portrait.
No.
Okay.
so I guess we're looking for the baby or toddler that's upstairs.
It is definitely a baby. It has its like little pup fur, you know, like that really soft fur.
I guess continue up to the 3rd floor where you're supposed to be.
Okay. You continue up the stairs. As you do. And you can hear a little cat crying, apparently. You see a dusty balcony with a suit of black plate mail armor standing against one wall, draped in cobwebs. Oil lamps are mounted on oak panel walls, which are carved with woodland scenes of trees, falling leaves, and tiny critters. You notice a door to your all the way over on the left side of the balcony from when you came up here, but you do notice there are 2 other doors. If you keep moving up ahead and a little bit to the right, there appears to be like a double door and a smaller door.
I guess check out the closest door first.
All right.
What do y'all think?
You're the one opening doors, man.
Yeah, you're following on my heels.
No, I'm following in stealth. You don't know where I am.
So do you check out the one on the left or the right? Because both are in equal distance right now.
Right, I guess.
Okay. The floor creaks as you move that way. The air feels kind of musty now that you're up on the 3rd floor. And you go over to the double door and you open it. Inside, you see what appears to be a large bedroom. Maybe the master bedroom. You notice that there are dusty panes of stained glass set into these doors as you go to open them, and designs in the glass resemble windmills. This master bedroom has burgundy drapes covering the windows. Furnishing includes a 4-poster bed with embroidered curtains and tattered veils, a matching pair of empty wardrobes, a vanity of wood-framed mirror in a jewelry box, and a padded chair. There, right in front of you, as you open it up, is a rotting, what appears to be some kind of feline animal, large-sized feline animal rug that lies on the floor in front of the fireplace, which has a dust-covered portrait of what appears to be the two parents you saw on the floor below. A web-filled parlor in one corner is a table and 2 chairs. Resting on top of a dusty tablecloth is an empty porcelain bowl and a matching jug. And here you see 2 more doors that lead to other things.
So, from what we see, does it look like this house is lived in, or it's been vacant for a while? Like,
this house, there's dust on the bed sheets. You think at least in the rooms you've explored so far, no one's been in here in quite some time. At least a few months for the dust to be here.
Any lockboxes, chests, or wardrobes?
freaking thief.
Shut up.
There is a jewelry box sitting there in the open on the master bedroom.
Define in the open.
Oh, shiny.
It is not hidden by any means. Like you go in there and bam, there it is with the mirror and everything.
Okay. I go to open it.
Inside, you see that this jewelry box is made with silver and gold, like kind of foil trim around it, and inside contains 3 gold rings, a thin platinum necklace with a topaz pendant, and a velvet lining inside. You think the box itself is probably worth quite a bit, but the necklace by far is the most expensive thing in there.
Okay. I close it and just look around the room.
Give me an intelligence check. Nyhm,
Okey-dokey.
being a little butterfingers you are.
Butterfingers? More like sticky fingers.
That's what I meant.
15.
I'm pretty sure this platinum necklace is worth at least 700 gold, if not more.
Neat.
So shiny.
The box itself is probably worth 75.
Okay. Anything else interesting in the room?
2 closed doors.
Okay. Saxton, where are we going to next?
I don't think the child's room would be in here. Those are probably closets. So probably go back and try the door across the hall, the left one.
Okay. As you leave this room, Saxton.
Wait.
Hmm?
Okay. No, I got one last thing to do in this room.
Yep.
Go ahead and go.
No, go ahead. What are you doing in this room?
Waiting for everybody else to go and then stealing the lockbox in full.
Okay, you just do that. No check needed. Saxton, as you go to leave, and everybody else will just say leaves with you, since you seem to be kind of leading everybody around. Not like in a forceful way, just more of, hey, if someone gets smacked, at least Saxton will be the first one getting smacked. This is probably what's going on the tiny little Tim-Tam and tiny little Hemlock's minds as they're behind this giant burly owl man. Saxton, right next to you, the pseudo armor immediately comes to life as we roll initiative.
Oh.
Ooh, I called it.
As you were walking towards that door, it's going to swipe at you. You are not surprised, though. It's a suit of armor. It can't really surprise you.
19.
Ooh. Menacing Dice got a nat 1. Alright, so 19 for Saxton. Hemlock, what'd you get?
20.
Wow. We're off to a good start. Tim-Tam.
8.
Still off to a good start. Nyhm.
11.
Still off to a good start. Alright. I'm like, how many times can I say that? So, Hemlock, you were, if not right behind, you're maybe 10 feet away from Saxton when the armor starts to move, and it looks like it's going to try to punch him.
Oh, I go. I really haven't done this before, and I shoot out my hands and I cast Eldritch Blast. at the at the suit of armor, and that would be a 10 to hit.
There's a loud clang as the little projectile force hits the armor, and it seems to have no effect. You didn't pierce through it.
Sorry.
Are you a pacifist?
Apologizing to the armor or us?
You! I'm apologizing to you guys. This is new. This is new for me.
It's fine. It was impressive. You should be proud.
Meanwhile, it's Saxton's turn.
Punch.
Say goodbye to the armor.
Punch, punch, punch. It's a good thing, I think.
Let's see. 24.
A 24 does hit.
Four damage.
4?
Yeah.
You punch it right in the breastplate, and it dents a little bit. After Saxton is Nyhm. So Nyhm, you're in the master bedroom, and you had just stolen the jewelry box when you hear clang, 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 clang outside.
Assuming that's a problem, I need to double check one mechanical feature with you before I take my turn. As a Jerbeen, I can move into the same square as any ally, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I will take my movement.
If that's what it says for your race, then yes.
I believe that's what I read, but double check me because I want to make sure I can do this right.
Are you small size?
Yes, I am.
Then you can.
That's kind of what I was thinking, but I wanted to make sure because I couldn't do this with Nick.
Yeah, Jerbeen, well, because the Jerbeen have this thing called nimbleness, and they can move through the space of any creature that is a size larger than them. Can't end your turn there, but you can move through it.
Damn. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then I will make my movement to, instead of going into the same square as Saxton, I will go immediately to the opposite side, effectively sliding between the legs of everybody to get to my spot.
All right.
And then,
As you do, the armor tries to kick you.
I don't know. I'm not provoking attack of opportunity, am I?
If you're getting around the other side, yeah.
Does the nibble just not let me avoid that?
No. It just means
Okay.
you're not deterred by creatures bigger than you from being able to move through their squares.
Okay, I guess I have to rephrase that. Is there space next to him that doesn't cause me to cross the threshold of provoking an attack of opportunity? Like if I was going to this side of Saxton to attack?
I'll say there is, because you're so nimble.
Okay. In that case, instead of provoking the attack of opportunity, which was what I was trying to avoid to begin with, I'll just move up to that so I can make my attack.
Okay.
And since I have an ally within 5 feet, I'm going to make a sneak attack.
All right.
So rolling to hit. What is my to hit? There it is. +5. 19 on the die. No, I'm sorry. 14. 19 total. Ugh. Can't math.
19 total?
19 total.
You stab it. You pierce through its gauntlet, we'll say.
Okay. So that gets me 1d8 plus 3 plus a d6. Where's my d8? There's my d8. D8 is a 7. D6 is a 3. 10 damage total.
All right. You wedge your dagger in between some of the gaps on the very complex gauntlet, and you actually rip the gauntlet off.
Okay, one, it was a rapier because I wouldn't have been able to do the 1d8 damage if it was a dagger.
Rapier.
Just wanted to make sure the calculations were there. So I have the rapier at the end of. I have a gauntlet at the end of my rapier.
Oh no, it just you like wedged it off the suit of armor.
Oh, okay, so it pops off.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. That is my turn.
I just realized I had a bonus attack that I could have done.
Oh well.
Next
Yeah.
time.
Tim-Tam.
Does it look very expensive, the suit of armor?
It's full plate, so yes.
Oh. Okay. I will grab my stuff.
It is sized for a Vulpin.
Is it what?
It's sized for one of the fox folks, the Vulpin.
Oh, okay. Oh. Oh, it does have like ears and everything?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
The gauntlets are almost claw-like.
I will grab my stuff as it was a musket or a rifle and shoot a firebolt.
Ooh.
So, like, for your thing, because Humblewood's tech is kind of weird. It's what they call, I guess, cog tech, where it's like wooden gears and stuff.
Actually, I was thinking for Tim-Tam, it's actually just magic. It's
Yeah.
magic stuff that he has.
Yeah, I was
I mean,
thinking.
it has no gears or anything.
I was thinking a staff that's shaped like a rifle, and
Yeah.
whatever spell it is, it's just like it's a glowing crystal. So it's like you put like a
Yeah.
red crystal in it and you fire.
Exactly.
Nice. It's like a spellcaster from. Oh god, it was one of my favorite anime. Outlaw Star. That's what I was thinking.
Dark.
And I have to say, fireball loaded because it needs like a purple component.
Neat.
Flame rounds. Sorry.
Great, Judge Tim-Tam.
Magic breach loader.
So it's 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Yeah.
See, he agrees.
Oh
hit the
god, is
cat,
it a cat
no.
inside of the armor?
Uh,
Oh god, are we attacking Alphonse?
It's a 6 fire damage.
I mean, you might be. You warp a bit of the armor with that fire shot.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
I popped the gauntlet off.
Mm-hmm.
What do we see underneath?
Nothing.
That's what I thought.
Seriously, dude? Really? Alright, so after Tim-Tam is the armor's turn. So the armor was going to attack Saxton, so it will attack Saxton. However, a little mouse got nearby, so it will also attack him with its multi-attack.
Her.
Her. Does a 10 hit Saxton?
No.
How about a 15 for Nyhm?
Met.
Does that hit?
That hits.
Alright. It swings the tail plate of it around and hits you with it. And you take 5 bludgeoning damage.
Oof.
And that is the armor's turn, as we loop back around to Hemlock. Hemlock, the armor is looking pretty beat up.
I don't trust my magic right now, so I take out the crossbow and I shoot a bolt. And if I could.
Did you get in that one?
I did.
Oh no.
Well, folks, first time in this campaign, we'll be using Xanathar's Lost Notes to everything else. One of the most
Or so
popular
it was
things on the DM's Guild. And they have one of my favorite crit fail and crit success D100 charts. So, Hemlock, I'm going to need you to roll D100.
48.
Ooh.
No, that's the bad one.
Oh no! Dang it.
It is.
Somehow the crossbow explodes.
Okay, no. 40 is the really bad one. Okay.
Okay.
But you go to shoot it, and you've never really shot a crossbow before.
Mm-hmm.
So the recoil shoots back, and it hits the butt of the where the shoulder rest should be. It just hits you right in the stomach, and you are poisoned until the end of your next turn. No.
Oh,
Could have been worse. Much worse.
And the bolt goes and just sticks into the roof somewhere.
Okay, saving throws. I have resistance against poison damage. Does that make a difference?
It's the poisoned condition, unfortunately.
Okay. Okay. That's true. That's fine. Of course. It was me. Anyway.
Oh man. Saxton.
17 to hit.
17 does not. It blocks it with its arm.
Alright, bonus action. 19 to hit.
19. I like to think you went to punch. That blocked with its forearm, with the gauntlet part that's missing. And you just like wrap your arm around it and then just like do like a break arm kind of move. That one hit. That one does hit.
7 damage.
Alright, and you rip off that arm. The metal just clanks onto the ground. Unless you choose to hold onto it.
Can I beat him with it?
Maybe next turn.
Yeah, okay. I'll hold on to it.
It would be improvised, but that doesn't really matter at this level right now. Nyhm, you are next.
That hurt. I'm gonna stab him again.
Alright.
So we get our first nat 20 of the night.
Roll me D100.
Yep, getting out the dice.
This might be the ambiance you're hearing.
94.
Ooh, wow, that's a high number. Oh no, that's crit miss. That made no sense. I'm like, why does it allow the enemy to attack you? That makes no sense.
Yeah, no, that's not right.
94 on the crit hit chart. It was not made with a magic weapon or spell, so nothing extra happens. But you still do crit damage, which includes your sneak attack. Your sneak attack dice is doubled.
Ooh. So 2d8 and 2d6.
Mm-hmm. Plus 3 is your ability modifier?
Yes, plus 3.
Mm-hmm.
6, 11, 16. Ooh, that's an 8. So 24, 27 stabbing damage.
All right. You go to stab it, and you stab straight through the breastplate, and it goes through, and it hits one of the leather buckles that's holding together. And after you stab that, like the breastplate just swings wide open, and the entire suit of armor just collapses to the ground. The loud clang. And initiative ends.
Neat. I do a flourish with the rapier at the end of that.
Hemlock throws up a little and gives a thumbs up, maybe.
I will walk there whistling and cast mending on the armor and toss it aside. Like,
You cast mending, and one of the dents kind of goes... Dunk. That's it. That's all you fixed.
yeah, I know. I
in
just
one
keep doing
cast.
it.
Oh, you think it'll take like an hour of constant mending?
I mean, but I don't want to repair it fully. Just kind of make it look like it's okay.
You don't think
Make
it
it look like we didn't just attack it.
You don't think it's possible Nyhm knocked it down to like -15?
No.
Shit. Sorry.
That's okay. I will put it under a rag or something then.
Okay. You lift up the rug and just very clear lump, but it's under the rug.
Does anybody have anything to bandage this wound?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, I have this amazing. Well, you don't want to know where this came from, but you should drink this.
Insight on what he's handing me.
It's cure wounds. It's just disgusting, like drink.
What? Okay, since it's something you're creating, what do you mean by disgusting? Is it like slimy and viscous? Does it taste
Yeah,
like rice pudding or like?
It probably tastes like orange syrup, but without any sugar on it.
Ooh, okay.
Not the worst that
So
I've
it's
had.
it's really rough on the throat.
Not the worst thing I've ever had to eat to survive, so I will gladly take that. How much do I heal?
You heal. Where's my D8 at? I just used one before. Okay. You heal 9 HP.
Perfect. That puts me right back up to max. Much appreciated.
And just like that, you're back to full health. And there are 2 doors at this corner. There's the one you guys were originally going to, but there's another one on the wall, like right next to this corner.
Well, Saxton.
Open the door.
All right, I'll go with the one that you were going for originally. Dust and cobwebs shroud this elegantly appointed bedroom. It's almost as big as the master bedroom, but not quite. The bed's smaller. You can see that there is double doors on the other side of the room. You assume that they lead out to a balcony or something.
How many beds?
Just one. It's
Is there
a fairly decent sized one for one person.
Okay. So no cribs or anything.
Maybe not.
Anything immediately catch the eye?
Sorry for the barrage of questions.
No, you're fine. Just they don't word it as neatly as they do in Descent into Avernus. And I've never run Death House before.
I'm sorry, what did you call this place?
Nothing. So, you see that in the room next to you is the nursery. There's a little crib.
And there's the crib. Does the crib look like it's covered in dust?
No. No, it does not.
I'm not sure if that's creepier or not.
Enter and approach the crib.
Be careful.
Great.
Telling me to be careful, or that anything in here to be careful.
Well, you were just attacked by a suit of armor. I would not be surprised if you were attacked by a crib.
As you go into the nursery,
Oh shit, it's a mimic.
appearing in front of you is a ghostly specter of a folk that you've never seen before. She appears to be like a bat folk, so to speak. But she's very clearly wearing like a nursemaid's outfit. And she just seems to appear out of thin air right in front of you, Saxton. And as she does, this voice that seems to sound like it's both far away and right next to you at the same time, screams at you, "Stay away from my baby!" As we roll initiative again.
Oh my god. It's the nursemaid from Bloodborne.
No, that one's more OP.
Yeah, I'm aware. We're only level 1. If you threw that at us, I'd be really pissed.
That one has like 6 blades it can kill you with.
Oh man.
So, Hemlock, what'd you get?
16.
Nice. Very sweet number. Saxton, what'd you get?
19.
Ooh, same as last time. Tim-Tam.
4.
4? Oof.
Yep.
And Nyhm.
22.
Yeah, nice.
Nyhm, you are first to act. What act do you do?
That's a very good question.
It appears to be some kind of floating spirit.
Okay, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm attacking at range, do I still get sneak attack? I can't remember.
If it's within the first range increment and you have an ally within 5 feet, what you do?
So that's a yes. I shake my head gently, like, no, we're not going through this shit again, and pull out my short bow and shoot that.
All right. As you pull back the string and you go to fire, she notices you, and her eyes seem to be sunken in this bat lady's eyes, and her mouth opens, and it opens like really long, and you can see her bat fangs as you fire.
So go back. Okay. That's +5. So 17 to hit.
17 does hit.
Yay. So this time it is 2d6. 1 for the bow, 1 for the bleh. Words, brain. Sneak attack, that's the word I was looking for. +3. So we get 2 4s, so 8, 9, 10, 11.
All right. As the arrow shoots, you notice it does hit, but then it immediately falls off of her, and she appears to have not taken all of that. Do you do anything else on your turn, Nyhm?
Yes, actually. If I'm not mistaken, I can use my bonus action to help. And if I'm not mistaken...
I think you can because you're Jerbeen, yes. Oh,
take
thank you,
action-
the humble cleric, for a follow.
Ooh, thank you.
Yeah. If you've just joined us, we are in the middle of Curse of Strahd meets Humblewood, and the group's in a haunted house, and they're maybe fighting a ghost right now at level 1. You know, good stuff.
So yeah, I'm going to use the help action to help Saxton on his next attack roll. So
Well,
you get advantage.
that is awesome, because it is Saxton's turn.
All right. I take a swing at her and hit with a 19.
19 does hit.
Was that the first roll, or did you roll twice?
That was the first roll.
Oh,
Roll twice because you have advantage.
Okay.
yeah, you have a chance of critting.
Point in case.
7 on the next one, so
So no.
Well, you still hit.
right. 7 damage.
All right. Just like that arrow, your fist seems to like punch her and then go through her a bit, and then you pull your hand back and get
Oh, I
balance.
thought you said his hand was going to hit her and then fall to the floor.
And then another hit with an 18
18 also hits.
with another 7 damage.
All right. Her form seems to like it's almost like you're attacking the wind, but as you strike with both of those, her form seems to like warp and dissipate a little bit, and it seems to be struggling to go back into the form it is right now. After Saxton is Hemlock. Actually, no, it's not. The ghost goes before you. So the ghost immediately reaches down towards Saxton with both of its bat hands, and it looks like it's trying to strangle you. With a nat 3, I don't think it's hitting. So you dodge out of the way, and then it's
That
Hemlock's.
tickles.
Then it's Hemlock's turn.
I say, come on, please help me, and I try Eldritch Blast again. So, 19 to hit.
You notice a very strong-looking keyhole in the core of Saxton.
Yes!
As you're like, I need to help my new possible friend. And you fire and you hit with the Eldritch Blast.
Yay! 1d10, I never used d10. 5 damage.
And whereas the little projectile force hits this ghostly apparition, it seems to vanish and explode. She's like, no! And she disappears. Ending initiative.
Yay! Oh.
Yeah, I think you should stick to the. I mean, I never gave this advice to anyone, but you should stick to using spells you don't know how to instead of a crossbow.
As Tim-Tam's saying that, you notice Tim-Tam, it's like a keyhole appears on Tim-Tam.
Oh, okay. Yay!
I mean, that seems to be like more your thing than the crossbow.
I like jump, like yes.
Do I need to like shake any ectoplasm off my fist or anything, or?
No, it's just
Alright.
gone. It's like it was never there. You get up, and they of course describe the nursery at the very end of this 5-paragraph description of the room. And you notice the crib is covered with hanging black shroud.
Oh no. Would it be a history check on that for customs related to the black drapery?
I would say history check just for the overall display, because this kind of architecture and decor is not stuff you guys have really seen ever.
Okay.
Especially the
So-
hunting room. People in Humblewood don't have tiger pelts on the floor.
Well,
So 14. And the reason I ask for the specific roll is because if I'm not mistaken, black drapery in the nursery means the child died.
It would be safe to assume. You don't know for sure though.
Yeah.
Saxton. You open up the shroud and you see in the crib a tightly wrapped baby-sized bundle in the crib.
slowly examine the bundle.
You go to pick it up, hesitantly, and you slowly go to unwrap it. Not sure what you'll find inside, and possibly a little afraid to see what would be in there. But as you unwrap it, there is nothing in it. It is just a blanket. Everybody give me perception checks. Since we're in here.
Got a natural 20.
Me too.
You noticed the shit out of that.
I get a dirty 20.
16 on Nyms.
Oh, 23.
Those of you that aren't in the nursery notice that in the bedroom, there's creases on the wall. Appears to be a secret door.
Ooh, I'll go over to that.
You push it open easily, and it reveals a cobwebbed wooden staircase that leads upwards.
Secret door, yay! Sorry, that was nowhere near as
Thing.
good as Tony Stark's, but you get the idea. Guys, found a secret door.
You're pretty sure it leads up to the attic.
I'm pretty sure it leads up to the attic.
I'm pretty sure it's the creepiest thing I've seen ever in my life.
We're not done with the house yet, Tim-Tam.
1, 2, play. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Immediately set fire to the house and leave. So, Saxton, you want to go up first there, bud?
Well, you're the one who found it.
And you're the one who wanted to find the child.
Oh, you did want to find the child?
You wanted to split up.
I go first. I just go while they're arguing.
Yeah.
I just go first.
The stairs,
Whatever,
the
let's
wooden
go.
stairs creak as you move up the stairs, Hemlock. You get to the top, and there's a door.
Okay, first of all, do y'all want to bet like giant spider, werewolf, headless horseman? Anyone wants to?
My money's on a giant centipede. I knew a... Well, never mind. That's a different
Are you
thing.
offering or selling?
What? No, it's anyway.
What are the... What's the spread on Saxton here? I'd like to know my odds before I place a bet.
Hemlock, you're a fairly tiny build, right?
I think
Because the
yeah.
Mapach
medium,
can be a little wider than a lot of the other
Mhm.
humble folk, but almost like a dwarf in that kind of sense. But only in that kind of sense.
I'm 4 feet, so I don't know what
Okay.
that is.
You're not really cramped, but these stairs are a bit small. And you get up to the door, and the door is not locked. And you go to open it, and inside you see a bare hall that is choked with dust and cobwebs. You have a torch on you, correct?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you have lighting, you can see up here there is one visible doorway immediately when you get up into this empty hallway. But as you look to your left, like a sharp left, you see another one about 15 feet away from you. Another door.
Are they following me?
Are
Or
you-
are they still arguing?
Are you all following? At this point, it's been like a moment
Oh yeah,
or
they're
two.
following.
Okay.
I had to be following after Saxton.
Saxton, you notice this is kind of a tight fit. You almost have to go sideways because of your broad shoulders. Everyone else, stairways are fine. No real detriments for you.
Look, I can spread out my arms here.
Okay, maybe not that wide.
Sorry, I'm just being a little shit.
So,
Don't.
what?
Hmm.
I was just gonna ask what you guys are gonna do next, because there's like a cobweb dust-filled hall up in the attic, and there are 2 doors.
Saxton, since Hemlock was so nice to open the secret door for us, how about you pick another door, friend?
And go through the closest door.
All right, so the door to the right. It is locked.
Oh dear. One moment.
There is a padlock on it.
I would like to use my thieves' tools to pop the lock.
Okay. Proficient dex check.
Yay. $23.
All right. As you notice, Hemlock, as you notice Nyhm getting real excited at picking the lock, that's when you start to notice the keyhole in the center of Nyhm as well.
You can see that through my back.
Like, think like Kingdom Hearts heart, like that location.
Oh.
But she's the only one that sees this. It's because of what kind of warlock she is.
I kind of figured that much.
But you easily unlock this. The keyhole in the padlock was filled with tiny little cobwebs, and the tiniest of little spiders crawled out as you started working, but you got it within like a second or two.
As soon as the lock is popped off, I'm going to put my back against the opposite wall behind Saxton and have my short bow at the ready.
The opposite wall is 20 feet away at the opposite door.
I know what I said, even if I didn't understand it. Then I'll just back up 10, 15 feet.
Okay. Inside. Who knows what's inside? You just unlocked it. You never opened it.
Nope. I'm leaving that pleasure to Saxton.
Open the door.
No, I'm kidding.
That's probably how he'd do it.
This room contains a bricked-up window flanked by 2 dusty, wood-framed beds sized for children. Closer to the door is a toy chest with windmills painted on its sides and a dollhouse that is a perfect replica of this exact house that you're in. The furnitures are draped with cobwebs, and lying in the middle of the floor are 2 small, Vulpin skeletons wearing tattered but familiar clothing. The smaller of the 2 cradles a stuffed doll, which you recognize the little boy was also holding when you were outside.
Called it.
Oh.
Well, this is interesting.
Appearing out of view, you hear them before you see them first. The 2 kids appear in the room, and they're like, "Hello."
Hello.
They don't seem to recognize you. Who are you? Are you with Mom and Dad?
They sent us to check on you.
That's not like Dad.
That's depressing.
They're too late. Looking down at the skeletons. We died.
I'm sorry for that.
Is there something we can do for you? Maybe?
Can we stay with you?
Sure. Right?
We'll
Right.
give you a proper burial.
Okay. You both seem fairly neutral about all this.
I'm keeping my eyes open for any sort of movement.
There is from them.
Any other sort of movement.
Mom and Dad locked us in here. Said to protect us from the monster in the basement. After a few days, they never gave us any food. I think the monster ate them.
I'm sorry.
Are there any, like, blankets or anything to put over the remains?
I mean, the bed sheets. They're like dusty and stuff, but...
Just to cover them up for right now.
The little girl points at her dollhouse. And as she does, she says, "There's a secret door to the basement. Here in the attic."
In the attic?
Take a look at the dollhouse to get a lay of the layout.
Alright. As you open up the dollhouse, give me a perception check at advantage. Because she pointed it out to you, it's at advantage. Me words good.
No worse than I, apparently.
16 on the high.
Okay. That is when you notice, oh hey, in the room across from this one, there is a secret door that leads to a spiral staircase that is only on the attic, and the spiral staircase leads all the way down to a basement. And as you notice that, all of you hear a click noise somewhere in the basement, or somewhere in the attic.
Was it from that doorway?
From what you can see in the dollhouse, yes. It was from that direction.
I immediately turn around and have my sight. Did anybody else hear that?
Yeah.
Here, what?
Looking at the spirits.
I'm being serious there. For a second there, I could have sworn I heard a door opening that sounded like it was right inside my headset.
It might be the ambiance.
The ambient.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because that was really, really conveniently timed if it was.
That, or it was a car door, because the parking lot's like right there.
That didn't sound like a car door.
Either way, it was
I'm
good.
sorry.
It was greatly timed.
Yeah.
Do you
Stand
take
up and head straight towards that door.
Do you take their remains with you? They're small
Not-
and very easily able to be carried in these bed sheets.
Probably not till we're heading out. We can bury them on the on the trip out.
It's fine. I'll grab them. I can just
Are
carry
you
them.
gonna-
On my...
Are you carrying them in your pack?
Not inside, but on top of everything else.
All right. As you go to leave, they're like,
I will ask them for their names.
"I'm Rose," says the girl, "and that's Thorn," pointing to her younger brother.
Oh, okay. You can.
Rose, they're going to pay for this.
She smiles slightly, and she reaches out her to hold your hand as you guys go to leave.
Takes her hand.
Charisma saving throw. I'm going to describe this to Hemlock, because she's going to notice more than anything else. These little kids, you notice their little keyhole on them, and it's shining very brightly. It's like almost a silvery color. It's not red or a dark color. It doesn't seem of malice at all.
Oh.
They seem like young, innocent, naive children. But Saxton, what'd you get on your charisma save?
Oh, Could try to figure out what it is.
In saving throws, there's one for each ability. You just roll the one for charisma and add that modifier on D&D Beyond.
15.
15.
Yes.
You notice she goes to hold your hand, and she seems to fade for a second, but then she's tangible again. Hemlock, you notice that the shining silver keyhole that was her core, you noticed it move like through her hand and through Saxton's, and it like tried to almost like merge with his, but then his like shined brightly for a minute and it jolted back. The little boy runs up to Nyhm, and I need Nyhm to give me a charisma save.
Dodge? No. I was keeping my distance from them when they were corporeal outside.
Yeah, he just appeared in front of you. Ran up to you.
Charisma?
Mm-hmm.
Yay, that's a +0. Okay, 18's good.
All right. And he hugs you. And he says, please don't leave us.
I feel like they're trying to latch themselves onto them, or...
I think, Hemlock, I'll allow you an insight check. And you all can give me religion checks if you'd like.
13.
19.
21 religion.
Hemlock, you think they're trying to merge with them? It's very weird. You've never seen that before. Then again, these kind of visions that you can see are very new for you.
Mm-hmm.
But Nyhm and Tim, you both notice this, and you're starting to think maybe they're ghosts, like actual ghosts. And Nyhm, you think the boy, maybe voluntarily or otherwise, was trying to possess you.
Yeah, so I'm going to try and keep my distance from them. Again. Hell, use my stealth if I can.
Okay, kids, stay behind me, okay?
The boy goes to stand behind you, and I need a charisma save, Tim.
Okay.
As he moves right through you to stand behind you.
16.
Okay. Level 1s like to not get possessed. That is good. So none of you are possessed, and the little kids do follow you. And you guys head into that room where the basement is. Or where the basement stairway is. We'll skip ahead to that room. Unless you guys want to explore it, we can immediately head to the basement after this. But this room that opens up to the spiral staircase that goes downwards is a dusty chamber packed with old furniture, and there's like white cloths over top of the furniture. Besides that, there's nothing really of value in here, except for you notice an unlocked wooden trunk.
Anything in the trunk? Because I'm fairly certain I can't make it out of the house with the furniture.
Okay. You go over to the trunk. It's fairly big. You go to open it. Inside, you see a Vulpin skeleton wrapped in a tattered blank sheet, bed sheet stained with dry blood.
I closed the trunk and realized the error of my ways.
You think this might have been that nursemaid you guys encountered earlier.
Oh, nursemaid.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you said it was a Vulpin corpse, not a bat.
I meant the bat one. My bad.
Okay. So, barring that, still going to close the chest.
All right. And you head downstairs. Heading to the basement, where everything's super nice and fun, in a super nice and comfy house. Let's see if there's. Let's see if they have a soundtrack specifically for the basement. Yes, they do. Ooh, okay.
Does it sound like it's completely on fire? Because that's what I'd like to do right about now.
I mean, you could try that, but you're kind of in the house.
At this point, I'm not really sure if I care.
So you're kind of a rogue.
You think? Yes, I am.
In
I
what,
mean, I don't-
in what order do you guys brave down the stairs?
I'll go.
Owl, huh?
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
Owl will go first. Got it. Who's after Saxton?
I'll go last with my kids behind me. The kids behind me.
Okay.
In that case, I go immediately behind Saxton.
They hold
I'm not
hands,
afraid.
and the boy's holding your hand, Tim-Tam.
Okay. Do you hear that, Scotty?
You are right. You're third, right? Like you're.
I am second. I am right behind Saxton. I'm staying the hell away from those things.
Oh, okay, gotcha. You all head down the stairs. Down and down and down this narrow spiral staircase. Saxton probably has the most difficulty, but since he's in the front, it's not too big of a deal. And you eventually get to the bottom. And I need to find where the entranceway is. There you are. And there isn't a door as you get to the bottom of the stairways. It's just a doorway. And you head inside, and it is completely dark in here. The first thing you are all greeted by is you can hear an eerie, incessant chanting that seems to be echoing throughout this place. It's very faded. You're not sure in what exact direction it is. And as you reach the bottom of the stairs and you're all in the basement, Tim-Tam, you notice you are not holding anyone's hands anymore, and the two kids are gone.
So what's the layout that we see?
Well, you see a narrow tunnel that stretches out forward, and then it branches in two directions, left or right.
Eeny, meeny, miny, right.
All right, as you head to the right, you notice that it leads into a bigger room about 25 feet away. But before you get there, like halfway through, there seems to be two doorways, left and right. Do you just continue going straight into the bigger room, or do you left or right, or? Oh yeah, when you look that way, when you guys are moving, both left and right, once again, also branch off into another T section on each.
What do we hear? Does it sound like chanting's getting stronger in a certain way, or?
Right now, not really.
Gonna swap from the short bow back to the rapier.
I guess check the closest door first.
Okay. There are no doors. Which hallways
For
do you
the
take?
closest-
Do you just continue going straight into the big room?
Yeah.
All right. As you head out there, you notice what appears to be a dining hall. The room contains a plain wooden table, flanked by large benches, and you see moldy bones lying strewn onto the dirt floor. They appear to be folk-sized bones.
Looking like the parents.
It's hard to tell. Most of them are pretty much gone. Maybe a femur bone here or there.
Do they look like they've been eaten?
Not really, no. But you do see there appears to be a larder where they would have stored food to your left on the opposite end of this dining room. But closer to the right, it seems to be another hallway. And on the opposite end, another hallway. Both hallways, immediately when you look into them, they seem to turn off and veer, and they're not straight lines.
What is the group's opinion?
Is this thing messing with us? Is this the whole basement possessed? And counted, I mean.
Is the basement haunted? Is that...
I mean, isn't it like too big?
Yeah, it's a
This is
lot.
a very large basement.
It's pretty big.
So, possible either survival or investigation to see if there's any tracks in the dust on the floor?
No need, but since you're searching this room, roll me a d100. They got a nice d100 table in the adventure. I want to use it.
That is a 56. The single die is the first number, the double die is the second number, correct?
Yeah, the double die is the 10s.
Okay, then 65. Sorry.
65.
You'd think I'd note that.
You spot sitting on the floor nearby a music box.
Oh, damn it.
Oh.
Does it look valuable?
Not really.
Oh, good.
It still seems to be in full repair, though.
So, who wants to pick up the music box I just found?
Might want to check it out. I like music. I like.
You know, I'm
Fuck
getting
it.
some very big betrayal on top of the Haunted Hills house. Bleh.
House on Haunted Hill?
No, betrayal at Haunted. It's a board game.
Yep, that's pretty much what this whole adventure reminds me of. Is that board game specifically?
Wow, none of us can sentence tonight.
And I don't like that music box in that one because it's a trap.
Then
Okay,
I'm staying the hell
I'll
away from
spoil it for you. They have a chart for gothic trinkets. This is one of the trinkets.
this. Oh. Okay. I'm still not going to touch it. If anybody else wants to pick it up for any reason, go out and go right
I'm
ahead.
gonna pick it up.
Of course, it's shiny.
You open up, it's a perfectly functional music box. Because you guys probably wouldn't find this on your own, it plays by itself if you dance near it.
Oh.
That sounds like something for Hemlock.
It does.
It plays the little, I'll say it plays like the little music box notes for that song I did with the I like to pay.
Want to play?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's a very slow song.
No, don't like that. No.
So, for the rest of the group, are we trying to be stealthy or?
I'm always trying to be stealthy. If you don't understand that by now,
Oh, I know you.
okay.
I
You-
can
Oh.
be stealthy. I have both advantage and disadvantage at stealth.
Oh, this is kind of weird because we're still in mid-session, but because you're in the basement now, you all level up to level 2.
Oh,
Do you guys want to
Sweet.
do that real quick on the fly? Since we got the D&D
should-
Beyond, it should be pretty fast.
Yeah, it should be really easy with the Beyond.
especially just for level 2.
Mm-hmm. Your health will not reset to full unless D&D Beyond just does it. If it does, then I'm not too worried about it.
So cunning.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
But I think we are all in full health.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think all of you are full health anyway. Because, you healed Nyhm. I think Nym's the only one that really got hurt.
Yeah. Yay! I have cunning action. I can use my bonus action to GTFO.
Oh, while you guys are leveling up, I might as well describe the features of this basement. That is definitely not a dungeon. It seems to be carved out of earth, clay, and rock. The tunnels themselves are only 4 feet wide by 7 feet high, with timber braces at 5-foot intervals. This room that you're in, however, is 8 feet tall and is supported by thick wooden posts and cross beams. Pretty much all the rooms are going to be like a foot taller than the hallways with this, unless I state otherwise. Also, no light sources, so the torches are your only light sources down here.
Nyhm.
Hmm?
Are you proficient with heavy crossbows?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Why do you ask?
Because I got infusions, and one of them is repeating shot, so I can like negate the loading property. I mean, you all are a rogue, so you only attack once. Never mind.
And you never saw me take the heavy crossbow. That was why I had the sleight of hand.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I mean, I was asking of. I mean.
Oh, out of character.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, no. As far as I'm concerned, I do not. I barely have.
No, and anyway, it's useless for a rogue beast, so never mind.
Okay.
Let me know when you guys are all set on a level 2.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah, I just have to
I'm
choose.
looking at Eldritch Invocation, so I'll do that later.
You
But
might-
right now,
You might want to do that now, and you might want to do the skill thing if you haven't done the skill proficiency thing.
I haven't.
Okay, so you would know for sure Nyhm is proficient in sleight of hand and stealth.
Okay.
So Hemlock has a special thing with her Warlock ability, where her allies, she can get one of her allies, or up to 3 of her allies' proficiencies.
That's acrobatics and stealth, not sleight of hand.
You do not have proficiency in sleight of hand at all?
I do not.
Okay.
But it's still. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. It's expertise in those 2. Yes, I do have sleight of hand. You didn't hear the other information there,
Ah,
Callie.
I didn't. No.
Okay.
Also, you guys can get one of my proficiencies as well. So.
you might want to mark that down, because D&D Beyond is not really friendly with the this skill sharing.
Oh yeah.
Wait. So we have a proficiency that you have,
Mhm.
like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Skill sharing. So she would then have the shared stealth and acrobatics, or the stealth and sleight of hand from me.
She would
I
get
would
one.
get whatever
She would
she
get one of those from each of you. One proficiency from each of you, and then each of you get one of hers.
That is neat.
So she gets the better end of the trade, but you all still benefit from it.
Right.
Um,
So is that a symbiote or a parasite?
so
Parasympathetic.
Tim-Tam, what skills are you proficient in?
I'm still looking at my infusions. I'm sorry. I think I've got stealth. I'm pretty sure.
Gotta love leveling up.
Okay. Arcana, Insight, Perception, Persuasion, Sleight of Hand, and Stealth.
There you go, Hemlock. There's a few ideas. And then Saxton, what are you proficient in, skill-wise?
Acrobatics, animal handling, athletics, and intimidation. Oh, and survival.
Okay, so it sounds like across the board, with all the 3 allies you have, pretty much everyone's at least proficient in one of the skills. So you don't really have a limit on what skills you can't pick for that. From what I can tell.
Yeah. I think Performance and Medicine is the only one we are not.
Yeah.
Alright.
What else is in this room? You know what? So Nyhm found the music box. Tim-Tam, roll me D100.
Okay. I think he's still looking up. You want me to roll it again? Because I was the one looking around the room.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Just something to fill the void while we level.
Copy. 45.
45. Next to the wooden box, you noticed underneath one of the benches, as you reached down to get the music box, there's a wooden hand. A prosthetic hand.
Do we notice it from the portrait of the family at all? The man or the wife?
No, but you immediately recognize it as a wooden hand from a notorious pirate.
Ooh,
And
I
I'll-
might be able to sell that.
And I'll leave that notorious pirate up to you. Actually, you know what? We'll go with Pirate Salt Feathers. It's like his Talon Raptor hand.
Okay, I will take that.
That is an actual NPC in Humblewood.
I will actually take that.
At least I'm pretty sure I said it right. Pretty sure it's Salt Feather. But yeah, a raptor. One of the, like, hawk folk.
Captain Salt Feathers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It does.
Yeah.
It does not give you extra damage or anything. It's not like
I'm
it
putting
does.
it in my pack.
Okay.
Is it a mahogany hand?
Yes.
Oh shit. I'm gonna put the mahogany hand on the mahogany crossbow and somehow mount that on my backpack or something. It's gonna be the first shoulder-mounted, hand-mounted crossbow.
So, are we good to continue? Or...
Hemlock, you still looking at evocations?
No. I'm just picking a spell. So I just picked one.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay. You actually notice in this dining hall, as I looked further, you can kind of tell where the chanting's coming from now. And it's coming from that hallway on the opposite side of where you guys came from.
That's where I'll be heading.
All right. As you head down there, it kind of zigzags a little bit, this hallway, as you immediately turn to your right and then you turn to your left. And you get into like a little cross section. And you can hear immediately to your right, that's where the noise is coming from. But as you turn to your right, the hallway behind you, and the hallway to your now left side, some creatures come out of the dirt floor. 4 of them. One of them looks like maybe a or 2 of them are Jerbeens. One of them is one of these bad folk, and another one is a Vulpin. And all of them look gaunt. They look very skinny, very pale. If they have fur or their feathers are very faded. And they are wearing what appear to be cultist-like robes. And they go to attack Saxton, as once again we have to roll initiative.
So, Saxton, have I introduced you to my friend?
That's pretty much what this is. Oh, Hemlock, what'd you get for initiative?
I got a natural 20, so a 22.
Heckin' yeah. Power of
Can't have a
friendship.
natural 20. Yeah.
Saxton, what'd you get?
I have a 9.
Uh-oh.
Tim-Tam.
13.
And Nyhm.
17.
Alright, Hemlock, you are first. You can see these ghoulish creatures come out of the ground.
How many? Okay.
They look very hungry, and they look like they want some of that owl meat.
Oh no, not my friend. And I will Eldritch Blast.
Better your friend than you.
Oh, not in Hemlock's eyes.
Okay.
What is it? Okay. 15.
A 15 hits. Your Eldritch Blast goes zooming past Saxton, and it hits the Jerbeen creature.
4 damage.
And it recoils a little bit. And that's Hemlock's turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. After Hemlock is Nyhm.
Okay. I need to ask something because it just came to my head. Of course, I'm always complicated like this.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to use
Always.
Shut up. If I were to use my acrobatics, would I be able to use my 30-foot jump distance to jump over Saxton, attack one of the ones hitting him, and continue past for my full movement?
How about I bargain with you? No check needed, but you can hop right past Saxton and be right in front of one of these things, and you can still attack it.
Hell no.
And then you still have some movement to get away. However, it would provoke an attack of opportunity unless you disengaged as a bonus action.
I was just about to say that would actually be my move. Jump to the one beside Saxton,
Mm-hmm.
attack immediately.
Mhm.
Bonus action disengage to jump back the remaining distance.
Okay, go ahead.
Yay.
Roll to hit.
Rolling to hit.
And we'll say, thematically, Nyhm, like, jumps off the table and just, like, jumps off the walls and just kind of, like, zigzags and is there and then ricochets back.
Yes. Ninja rat. Well, mouse. Anyways, that is, what's my to hit? 5. That is a 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Yay. D8 and a D6 coming up. That is 11 piercing.
All right. You stab this, we'll say this was the bat one. Right in the chest. It does not bleed. And then you immediately disengage and jump back.
Yep, I am good.
It did try to bite you, but since you disengaged, it auto misses.
It's gonna be my one saving grace.
After you is Tim-Tam.
Okay, so there's this one.
There
So
are,
there's 2, right?
there are 4 of them. 2 of them are visible from where you guys are in the dining room. But if you move to where Saxton's at, you can see all 4. One got hit by an Eldritch Blast, took a little bit of damage. One got stabbed by a rapier. And the other 2 haven't been hit
Okay.
yet.
I will move a little bit.
Mhm.
And the other 2, how far are they?
They're like 10 feet behind the ones that are in the front that have been attacked already.
Okay.
They're in separate hallways. Like
Okay.
imagine the hallways crossed like this. There's 2 here, and there's 2 here. And Saxton's right at the crossway.
Okay, so I will grab the stone I made glow
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning to distract the wolves. And I will move my hand forward. I have a wooden and stone glove on it that it will start to start sparkling and making some electricity arcs, and I will just launch that stone super quick towards one of the ones that have not been hit as I
Okay.
catapult.
Okay, cool. That's a dex save for me, right?
Yeah.
18.
Oh, they pass.
Is that half, or is that just...
No, I think they just pass.
That's a shame. Do you do anything else in your turn?
No, I'm fine.
Alright, they're up next. So, those 2 immediately come up to Saxton, and they just immediately start clawing at you. One will claw at you, and the other one will try to bite you. 22 to hit with the claws on Saxton. And then the bite from the other one was only a 10, so that's good. However, Saxton does need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Right. 16.
Alright, when the claw slashes you and you take... I'm doing math real quick. 7 slashing damage from that. You notice that your muscles seem to tighten and stiffen for a bit. And the other 2 ghouls, 3 and 4, move up, but they can't get to you yet because it's narrow hallways. After them, it is your turn, Saxton.
Which one sliced me?
I'll say the one that got the rapier hole in its chest. There's a clear hole in its chest. Where the
I'm going to punch him in the face.
Okay.
$17.
17 definitely hits. They don't appear to have any armor, just black, moldy, cultist-like robes.
6 bludgeoning.
Alright.
And then the other fist with a 23.
Same one?
Yes.
Yep, that hits.
4-7.
Alright. I'll say both attacks were to the head, and both hit in the same spot, and you cave in the head, and it falls over.
Okay.
After Saxton, we loop back around, and it is Hemlock's turn again. Hemlock, there are now 3. The one you attacked took that damage from your Eldritch Blast, but it has not been hit by anything else yet. And the other 2 are not damaged yet.
Okay. I will shoot at my hands, and little pink sparks come out, and I cast Witch Bolt. So that's another
Witch bolt?
Witch Bolt.
No, Witch bolt of the Witch bolt.
Which target? Are you going for the one that you already attacked? Or
Yeah, the one that I already attacked.
Okay.
So that's 12 to hit.
It goes to move out of the way, but the would you describe that as, like, pink sparks?
Yeah, like they're little hearts. They're like
They immediately latch onto it, and it's the Jerbeen, and it's just like, and it doesn't like it at all. So you can roll your damage.
Okay.
One of its rodent teeth are gone.
Or what? These guys. 4 damage.
Okay. And there's, like, this link that's attaching between you two with that. As you're doing, like, but it's like hearts instead of lightning.
Yeah.
Are you powered by the power of jazz hands? Just asking.
No, by the power of friendship.
All right. Right.
Well, after that, it is Nym's turn.
Okay. So
There's
I'm gonna do the
3 guys. And or gals.
Still attacking, or is it still one just attacking Saxton, or is it all 3 of them?
It's still 1, only because the others couldn't get to it because of the narrow hallways. But you know another one's immediately going to come up and start nomming on Saxton.
Okay. In that case, I will do the exact same thing. Jump to the first one, attack it with stealth attack.
Okay, so you're attacking the one that's currently connected by Hemlock's thing.
It's the only one I can attack. That's attacking Saxton. It's the only one I can get sneak attack on, yes?
Yeah.
Right. So, yes, attacking that one.
Okay.
Diddly 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 doo. Ninja mouse. Ninja mouse.
Mighty
I don't know
Mouse.
where that came from.
Oh, wait, no, that's already trademarked.
Yeah, no.
So is Danger Mouse.
Yeah, that's a shame, too. It's 19 on the die, so to hit is 24.
I'll say you stabbed, like, through the head and up through the top. How much damage you do?
I'm finding that out now. 10 even.
Once again, no blood, and as you pull your rapier back out, it is still up, and it's looking right at you.
Bonus action disengage in GTFO.
Okay. That one tries to claw you, and of course misses, because disengage. Immediately, and then right after you, it is Tim-Tam. That one that Nyhm just striked looks really, really hurt.
Alright, I'll aim my not rifle. Pull out the
Your arcane cannon.
yeah. Pull out the emptied stone I used before, put another one, and shoot a firebolt.
Okay. There's like a ching as like this gem falls out. You put another one in.
Yeah.
I love that.
19 to hit.
19 hits. I'll say it sounds less like a M1 rifle and more like a little symbol, like a ting, as it like falls out.
Like a crystal being struck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like one of those old Henry repeaters where you have to go.
Mm-hmm.
6 fire damage.
With that damage, it catches on fire and falls over, and the fire quickly fades off, but it's not moving anymore. And then that's when the 2 that you guys couldn't attack before move up to Saxton and do, you know what? I think both of them will just claw at you as they run up to you. 13.
No.
And the second one, ooh, 16.
Just pass.
Okay, another 7 slashing, and I need another con save.
Are they doing the whole moaning bit, or are they?
No, they're more like, you know,
Right.
17.
salivating, like very hungry. A 17? Okay. You feel your muscles start to tense up again, and that's when you realize it's not a coincidence. There's something with their claws. You feel like if you weren't as hardy as you are, you wouldn't be able to fight off whatever they're trying to do to you. But right after them, it is your turn.
Gonna punch that one in the face
Mm-hmm.
with a 16.
Yep.
6 damage.
All right. Head
Fury of
recoils back
blows.
when you punch it in the forehead. It looks right back at you.
All right, Fury blows. So 2 more unarmed strikes.
All on the same guy?
Yes.
This one's the Vulpin, we'll say.
14.
14 hits. On this one, you break its snout.
6 damage.
Mm-hmm. Still up.
And dirty 20. Oh, sorry, 22.
Was that a crit or just 22 total?
22 total.
Still hits.
And 7 more damage.
All right. You first strike caves in the head a little bit, and the eye kind of sinks in a little bit. Second hit, the nose is visibly bent. The third hit, you actually pretty sure you broke its neck, and it is still up. But it looks like if you could have just got one more in, probably would have fell. And then that's when we loop back around to Hemlock. Hemlock, unfortunately, the one that you had the sparkles on went down. I don't know if you can move your sparkles to something else.
I looked. It doesn't say that I can.
Oh,
I
so it
guess
just
not.
it just ended then.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
You got a very beat up looking one, and then one that hasn't been hurt yet.
I guess I'll Eldritch Blast the one that hasn't been hurt.
Okay.
So. Gosh, 12. I keep rolling.
12. The chest caves in a little bit when you hit.
Yay.
So you
Okay.
you can roll damage.
And it's 10. All right. 9 damage.
Okay, it caves in a bit, actually, then. And that's Hemlock. Nyhm.
So I was about to call out Spider Mouse, but that's not exactly applicable here.
It might be later in the campaign. I'm sorry, spoilers.
So, just for flavor, I'm not doing the exact same movement. It's like different flourishes, different body movements. You know, spinning around here, taking an extra flip here. I'm gonna jump half my distance, stab with a sneak attack, and disengage.
Okay. Do you aim at the one that got hurt really bad by Saxton, or the one that got hurt pretty bad by Hemlock?
I'm gonna go for the one that Hemlock damaged,
Okay.
unless you don't want me to.
You
It's
can.
fine.
No,
Do what you want.
asking her. I didn't know if it was something like the witch bolt thing, if that needed to be left alive for whatever reason.
Witch Bolt is linked to target, and as long as she would have stayed concentrated every round, it just takes more damage. But since it died, the spell ended.
Ah, okay. Then yeah, still going after the one Hemlock hit.
Okay.
With a 21 to hit.
Let me check its AC. Yeah, that hits.
Pretty quick math right there, man.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting better.
Yeah. I try.
12 damage, please.
You finish it off. I'll say you stabbed it through the neck, and then it seems like you just hit it like right in the right spot on its body for some reason, and its head just fell off, and the rest of it fell over.
Aw, I don't get to finish it off myself.
Well,
That's fine. That's fine. It's fine.
Anyway, so after Nyhm is Tim-Tam. There's one left. It has broken snout and all this other stuff from Saxton. It's practically going like this, and you can pretty much see like a red bloody text that says "Finish him" on it.
Okay, I'm going to kill steal it. with a 22.
All right. Is that the firebolt?
Yeah.
All right. You don't need to roll damage. It had like 2 hit points. So you hit
Well, I
it.
can still roll a 1 though.
I'm gonna be nice.
Okay.
It's hit with fire, and it falls over, not moving anymore. And then there was no movement beside you guys, and you can hear this chanting that seems to be coming from further in this hallway. It's very clear which direction out of these 4 directions where the chanting's coming from.
So, who's all up for ending this as quick as possible?
So yeah, first of all, just to be safe, I'm gonna walk to Hemlock. Do you have like a thing or an object you're very attached to that you channel your energy to do your magic?
Yeah, this thing. And she points to like a crystal that's kind of looks like it might be in the shape of a heart, but
Can I touch it for a moment if you're okay with it?
yeah, I trust you.
Okay. I will infuse it. You have a +1 when you channel a spell through that.
Oh,
Also,
Oh.
you ignore medium cover with your Eldritch Blast.
So,
Okay.
Tim-Tam, do you have any more of that grape drink?
I do have. When we leveled up, did we reset our spell slot?
you would have gained whatever spell slots you get from level 1 to level 2, yeah.
Yeah, I have 1 more of those.
Now I think of it, Saxton, how are you looking? You took quite a bit there.
Yeah, I have 3 HP.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Saxton looks almost dead.
Okay, yeah, sure. Have this one. I can make more later. The recipe is like secret, so.
So, what? You know what? I'll ask you what later. Never mind.
So how much it heal for?
I don't know, Kat. How much does it heal for?
10.
Let him in.
10 HP.
All right, thank you.
How much is Meow in HP? Just asking.
10.
23. Okay.
So, yeah. As you look that direction, you can see that the hallway has a little flight of stairs that leads downwards, but continues going down the hallway, where this chanting's coming from.
Well, Saxton, lead on.
Oh,
Let's go.
All right.
Head down this.
You continue heading this way, and then when you get to the end of it, you notice a 20-foot long staircase, and you can clearly tell that the ghostly chants that you're hearing originate from somewhere down below there. You head down it?
Yes.
All right. As you get down to the bottom of the stairs, you can now tell what they're chanting. And you just hear almost like a choir amount of chanting. And they're all saying, and he is the ancient, he is the land. He is the ancient, he is the land. And they just keep saying that continuously.
And here I was hoping for Emotep.
And you open up into a very big room. There's at least 8 support beams in this room. The room's about 25 by 15 feet in terms of dimension. And you notice that there are a lot of random items that are niched along the walls here. The first one you see on the wall right next to you as you get to the bottom of the stairs is a small mummified yellow hand with sharp claws on a loop of rope. Each one of them, there's like a little bevel inside the wall that each of these items seems to be in. All of them seem to be random items. The next item over appears to be some kind of knife.
Just some type of knife?
Do you examine it further?
Without touching it, yes.
You're pretty sure it's made of bone.
Backing away.
And there's a bunch of other things in here. if you guys would like to examine them further.
Anything look valuable?
Otherwise, the southernmost tunnel seems to slope down, and it seems to be like there's murky water down below, and that's where the chanting's coming from.
Assuming none of them look valuable.
Is
Uh,
them like
I'll go,
extra shiny?
I'll go through the list. So that small hand on a loop of rope, a knife that seems to be made of bone, a dagger with a what appears to be a Jerbeen skull, maybe a rat's skull, carved into the pommel. 18-inch diameter varnished orb that seems to be made of some kind of giant eyeball. It's like a softball-sized eyeball. An aspergillum carved from bone, whatever that is.
Gesundheit.
Yeah. A folded cloak made from some kind of skin. A dissected frog that seems to be latched onto the end of a stick, almost like a wand. You notice a little bag, and as you open it, you immediately smell bat guano. A severed finger. A 6-inch tall wooden figurine of what appears to be a mummy, its arms crossed over its chest. An iron pendant adorned with what appears to be almost like a devilish face on it. A shrunken, shriveled head of a, you think maybe a Mapach? It's like a shrunken head, Mapach. A small wooden coffer as well.
I apologize profusely for exposing each and every one of you to those descriptions.
These people have no taste.
But you notice all of them seem to be in like specific spots on the wall, almost like they are of value to whatever
Almost
people are here.
Take a look at the fist on the rope.
It is, you think maybe a raptor's hand
You just wanna
that has been
punch
mummified.
with a yo-yo?
Probably not a good idea to touch any of these.
They're kind of well, I was going to say kind of gross. They're gross, but they don't seem to be magical in any way.
Continue down the slope.
All right. As you continue down the slope, you notice it's blocked by a rusty iron portcullis. You think it can be lifted up.
I know just the person. Saxton, lift!
When you get
Oh, it's Saxton now.
when you get down there, you are in like 2 feet of water. When you get to the portcullis,
Lift the portcullis up.
strength check. Anyone gonna help?
I'll try, I guess.
All right, Saxton, you have advantage.
I wouldn't be able to lift it up past where he
Okay,
can
let's
lift it.
see.
Strength athletics check, actually.
Oh, athletics check.
Mm-hmm. At advantage, because Tim-Tam's helping.
Let's see. That would be a 19.
You guys are starting to lift it, and it starts to come up a little bit, and hits the ground.
Is there a mechanism anywhere?
You see on the other side there appears to be a wooden wheel.
Is it locked in place? Like with a little hammer arm to lock it?
Yeah,
I
but it's on the other side of the portcullis.
would like to try and throw one of my daggers to hit the hammer to unlock the wheel.
You know what? I'll allow it. Roll to hit.
Yay!
At disadvantage because it's an odd angle.
Shit. First one was a 15, so... Ha 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 ha! The other one was 17, so 15.
Alright, tunk. And then you guys lift up the portcullis.
Yay. I will retrieve my knife.
Alright.
Dagger. Retrieve my dagger.
The chanting stops as you go inside this 40-foot square room. The stone masonry walls provide excellent acoustics. Featureless stone pillars support the ceiling, and a breach in the west wall leads to a dark cave heaped with refuse. Bunch of trash, pretty much. Murky water covers most of the floor. Stairs lead up to dry stone ledges that hug the walls of this big room. And in the middle of the room, more stairs rise in the form of an octagonal dais that also rises above the water, Rusty chains with shackles dangle from the ceiling directly above the stone altar mounted onto the dais. The altar is carved with hideous depictions of grasping ghouls and is stained with dry blood.
So what's hanging from the chains?
Currently nothing.
Oh,
They're just dangling there.
oh boy.
Just head up and take a look at the altar.
As you head up to the altar, the chanting rises once more as 13 dark apparitions appear on the ledges overlooking the room. Each one resembles a black-robed figure holding a torch, but the torch's fire is black and it seems to draw light into it. Where you'd expect to see their faces are voids. One must die. One must die. One must die. They chant to you, Saxton.
No. Namaste. Namaste. Sorry.
They keep chanting this. What do you all do? Oh, actually, you can give me a religion or insight check as they're chanting this.
Sure.
16 insight.
10 religion.
15 religion.
7.
It appears that they want you to sacrifice a creature on the altar, or you'll face their wrath.
By all means, come down here and sacrifice yourself.
Can we sacrifice one of them?
Those of you that pass the check know it would have to be something living.
Are there any, forgive me, rats in the basement?
None.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
You're the only living creatures that you've seen in this basement. This dungeon.
Yeah.
This is definitely not a basement at this point.
Everybody get ready.
How many you said? 13?
13 shadowy figures.
We can also just like GTFO, right?
I'm
So-
assuming if we try to escape, that's when they're going to try to come after us.
One must die. One must die. They're still chanting.
Yeah, there's
As
nothing
Saxton
upbeat,
is up on the dais.
nothing ominous about any of that.
Get out. Okay, I say we kill one of them and see what happens. And then we run away.
Well, I mean, if you want to try and shoot one to initiate it, because I don't think Saxton wants to get anywhere near him, and I'm
Sax-
not that suicidal.
Saxton is surrounded, right?
No, these are on the room.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're on the balcony above in this room, looking
it's a balcony,
looking down
okay,
at you
okay.
guys.
Oh, okay, then it's okay. I thought they were like getting closer and closer. For some reason.
No thanks. We'll show ourselves out.
Yeah.
Do don't mind me not typing things. So, as you leave the dais, they're chanting changes to Lorgoth the Decayer, we awaken thee. Lorgoth the Decayer, we awaken thee, and they just keep chanting that over and over again. And you notice on the western part of the room, all that refuge starts to shift and move, and it moves towards all of you. The portcullis behind you goes and closes shut. Your dagger bends and breaks as it gets wedged into the gears.
I said I retrieved it as soon as we passed the gates.
Okay, well, portcullis still closes.
Yes.
And we roll initiative once more.
Yep.
Or perhaps the last time.
Jesus.
22.
Let me get that. So Saxton got 22. What did Hemlock get?
4.
Sweet. Tim-Tam.
10.
Sweet. Nyhm.
18.
Sweet. Just to throw you guys off. Saxton, you are first. As this big, shambling mound of refuge moves towards you.
Far away is it?
I would say it's definitely within movement.
Oh yeah, I've got a big movement. All right. First, I guess I would address it. Are you the monster that caused those kids to die upstairs?
Why would you put clothes on a monster?
It does not seem to respond at all as it's still advancing towards you.
We get in front of everyone and get into a defensive stance.
So you take the dodge action?
Yes.
Okay. This thing's the first thing you guys have seen that's bigger than Saxton. Nyhm, it is your turn.
Oh boy.
This thing appears to be like about 10 cubic feet of sludgy, trashy stuff.
Well, not sure which area to stab at, so I'm just going to jump to it, stab, and disengage, and jump back.
Okay.
Am I good?
Yeah, roll ahead.
Yay, rolled it. That is a 21 to hit.
Alright. Roll damage.
Ah, Trixie. I can only roll the 1d8. I have completely forgotten to add the +3 damage I've got to each of my weapons on all of the previous attacks.
Whoopsies.
Guess I'll start doing it now. Which is a good. 7, 10 damage.
Alright.
And
You stab it and retreat.
I prefer the term disengage, but yeah.
Tim-Tam.
Pew pew. But only one pew.
Does Tim-Tam look like a fish I know?
No.
Tim-Tam's a bird.
That
Yeah.
was the entire point, trying to reference our last... You know what? Never mind.
Also, it shoots way slower than Koi.
Koi's got like a revolver heavy machine gun that she just fans.
Impressive for
Okay.
a crossbow.
14 to hit.
14. You shoot it, and it seems to just like absorb the shot. AKA you didn't hit.
One up at it.
And that's
Not
Tim-Tam.
getting that bolt back
I mean, it's magic, so
was a joke.
yeah, I know.
That's Tim-Tam.
Yeah.
Alright. This mound of refuge moves up to Saxton and attacks. Okay, it definitely hits.
I did take the dodge action.
Disadvantage, that's correct. Thank you. 18 to hit.
Still hits.
Okay, and then the second attack at disadvantage is a nat 1. So
It hits itself.
let's
Or
see.
it can,
Let's see if
actually.
this nat 1 will save you guys, because this is the room I was worried about. 62. It goes to attack you, and it moves back 15 feet somehow. It's immune to being prone, but it goes to attack you and with the second attack and somehow misses. However, the first attack definitely hit you. So you take a whopping 7 bludgeoning damage.
Like tossing out those 7s tonight.
Luck of the rolls, I guess. After this thing's turn, it is Hemlock's turn.
Okay.
Hemlock, this thing is
This
the
is
large size.
Okay. This is stupid, but what were they calling him?
The Decayer, something the Decayer.
Yeah. Lorgoth the Decayer.
Lorgoth.
That is the
All right,
most
cool.
that is the most like stereotypical, like they're playing D&D for the show. We got to make a scene. You guys encounter Lorgoth the Decayer. Sorry. Go ahead.
This isn't gonna work, but I disguise myself as one of the people on the raptors, and I start chanting, "Go away, Pithicator! Go away! Go away! Go away!"
Give me a performance check.
Oh, I'm proficient in that. Oh man. Okay. So it's a dirty 20.
All right. You go to perform that, and you're doing a pretty convincing job. It does not seem to notice you.
Oh,
You notice inside it, there appears to be not one, and not two, not three, but like multiple keyholes, and they seem to be like all shifting constantly while it's moving. All of them, like the torches you saw from those cultists, seem to have like light sinking into them, almost like a void.
But Kingdom Hearts is light.
You gotta save him with the Keyblade, Hemlock. Sorry.
I don't have the ability to do that yet, I don't think.
I'm sorry, was that a Goofy or
Gorsh.
what was that?
Gosh.
Okay, there we go.
I need a drink for that. It's Kool-Aid, by the way, folks. That's your turn.
I know. Dang it.
Saxton, it is your turn, and this thing is just like trying to absorb you, it seems like.
What are the cultists doing right now?
They seem to have disappeared. Almost like they were never there.
Then I will go to punch it.
You're going to need to move up to do that.
Nope.
I know.
Yeah, it was pushed back 15 feet.
Oh. Yeah, my bad.
Well, I can easily move up to it.
Wait a minute. Actually, is it immune to being prone?
You said it was immune to being prone, but not being pushed back.
It is. I just assumed because of what it was, but no. It is not immune to being prone, so you have advantage on your attack.
Oh, nice.
It doesn't look any different, though.
Okay, so...
Because it's kind of a big blob of trash.
22.
Yep.
7 damage.
All the 7s. Okay.
And 23.
23 also hits.
And 7 damage.
Wow.
What were you saying about those 7s being thrown out around, Mav?
They're getting thrown around all the way.
As you're punching this thing, it seems like it's taking this damage, but it is a very hardy blob of trash. Seems like you're barely scratching the surface on it. Do you do anything else in your turn? Because that was just the attack, and you had to move 15 feet forward.
And so I will move back. Disengage.
You don't get disengage.
You would have to use your action to disengage, but you used your action to attack.
Okay. So
I have the rope.
You can still move back. It'll just provoke an attack.
I'll stay then.
Okay. After you, it is Nym's turn.
Okay, so quick insight check on how movable the gate behind us, the portcullis, may be.
You think if you use your action, you can open it on this side with that crank.
Yep, jump into the crank. Use an action to crank the crank.
Okay. Portcullis goes and opens up.
Can I use my bonus action to jam the hammer in?
Sure.
Ping.
It looks like it won't hold for very long. Like you guys got a round or two to run through it.
Even if I'm holding the crank?
Yep.
Okay. Guys, run!
And you were like right next to it, so I'll say you've only used like 5 feet of your movement.
Oh, in that case, I'll jump the rest of the way through.
Alright. You hop back into the that other room with all the weird knickknacks.
Ooh, flavor text. I do the jump and slide past the gate and do the spin so my cloak flares. I just want to be anime as shit. I'm sorry. I'm mute.
Tim-Tam. You were like
Okay, I will.
10 feet away from the doorway that had the portcullis.
Alright, I will shoot at the thing first.
Okay.
Fireball.
Mm-hmm.
17.
17 hits.
Oh, your damage.
2.
And I will then move all the way to the door and
You said 2 fire damage?
yeah.
It seemed to absorb it a bit. It seems resistant. It did burn a little bit. But then you retreat back into the room that Nyhm went into.
Yeah.
Then after you, this thing continues attacking Saxton. Uses half its movement to not be prone, because that's a thing. And then it just tries to engulf you again. 18 to hit.
Motherfucker.
That's a
Yep.
that's a yes, I assume. And then 16 to hit.
Fail. Wait. 16. Both hit.
Both hit. You are grappled as the whole thing just wraps itself around you. Your movement is now 0. That's pretty much all that means for now. Oh, but because it hit with both, then it gets a third attack. Cool. You take... Dommage. You take 17 bludgeoning damage from both those attacks. And as it goes to engulf you, I need a Constitution saving throw, as you just seem to start suffocating. And it squeezes on you.
Uh, 18 on con.
Okay. It seems like it's trying to crush you in the middle of it. But you are able to, like, push it off enough so you got some breathing room. After its turn, we go back to you, Saxton. You are currently grappled. You can either try a strength athletics or a dexterity acrobatics to try to escape it.
The acrobatics.
Okay.
23.
All right, you are able to force your way out of this slimy, disgusting, like, think, like, have you ever, you got, like, a thing with at the bottom of your sink where, like, all the disgusting food, slimy stuff is?
Oh, it's here.
The sink drip, yeah.
Yeah, imagine that stuff, but enough of it to fill, like, 10 cubic feet of blob. Like, this was really gross stuff that you're stuck in. And you, like, force your way out, and you're on the other side. And that was your action. So you still have your move.
Well,
don't
then
have
I'm
to-
going. Then I'm going to use Fury. What was that? Fury of Blows to disengage
Okay. And
and
then you
exit.
GTFO. Got it. How are you looking?
I got 1 HP.
Okay. You guys think Saxton got killed by this thing, and he just barely gets out, and he's limping away.
Is he able to make it all the way to us past the portcullis?
Yeah, everyone that's out of the room currently. I think Hemlock's the only one still in the room.
Yeah, you skipped my turn.
It's Hemlock.
You can keep chanting, or
I assume
Yeah,
I
I
assume
know.
you just ran, right?
Yeah, I'll just run.
Okay. And then I'll move back to who's next? Which would be Nyhm. So Nyhm.
oh, okay. So everybody's out. Yes.
Yes. This thing looks like it's gonna follow though.
Yeah, I'm aware. So remember that trick I did to get in the room?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna throw my dagger to hit the hammer to close the portcullis.
Okay, roll to hit.
Ooh. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 to hit.
Alright, you do that, you pull your arm out of the way just in time as the portcullis goes and you can see the blob thing just like shifting its way towards the door.
I am not going back for that dagger. Just so we're clear.
Do you start heading up the stairs?
Absolutely.
Do the rest
Full movement.
Do the rest of you start heading up the stairs?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, let me check its movement.
If there ever a time when the rogue knows when
Okay.
to GTFO.
As you all are retreating from it, we're going to pause initiative for just a bit. As you flee to the upstairs, you notice that this thing just oozes through the portcullis, and it's slowly shifting through it. And you're pretty sure it's going to try to follow you, but you guys are much faster than it. So you immediately retreat, you go back the way you came, you go up that spiral staircase, and you're back up at the top of the attic. But the whole time, you hear, but now that you can hear it throughout the house, you hear that chanting. He is the ancient, he is the land. He is the ancient, he is the land. As you're fleeing for your lives, as this thing, when you get to the top of the attic stairs, spiral stairs, you can hear at the bottom, like it's oozy at the stairs, as it seems like it's trying to force its way up to you.
So, who's with me back on my original plan of burning the house down and getting out?
A few things have changed up here since you're now back up here.
Oh,
You notice a few things different with this the house. All the windows are bricked up. All the doors appear to be gone, and instead of doors in the doorways now, you see scything blades just going shink, 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 shink back and forth between the door frames of everything.
What in the Silent Hill is going on?
I think it's a death house.
All of the interior walls are rotted and brittle, as the
Guess we're
whole
going
house
through the
seems to
walls.
be fighting against you. So you go up to the first doorway.
Hang on, Scotty.
That is his room. Yes? What?
I think our friend Saxton here is about to try and barrel through the brittle walls. Am I not correct, Mav?
Yes.
All right. Roll to hit.
That'd be strength.
Attack.
Just straight attack or
Yep.
Wait, doesn't he have advantage since it's a stable object?
What?
It's a wall. It's not moving. Doesn't
Yeah,
it get
no, the
advantage
armor
on
class
that?
is like its hardness, so to speak.
Ah, right.
19.
Yeah, roll damage.
6.
All right, you burst through the dry wall, and as you do, showering on top of you is a swarm of rats that seem to be in the wall itself. That now occupy the same square you're in.
Question, Mav. Were you aiming for the outside wall?
It does not matter which wall.
Okay.
It actually does. If you aimed for the outside wall, nothing would have happened. It's impervious to damage.
I'm
And
assuming you
it's
were-
not the wall that appears brittle.
Assuming you were trying for an immediate escape out the window or through the walls to the outside.
No, instead of having to go through the door with a scythe and everything.
Oh, okay. So you were going for the inner ones.
The swarm of rats immediately are starting to try to nibble at your feet. Does a 12 hit?
No.
Okay. So you're able to kick off bits of the swarm. What are the rest of you doing?
I will use my finesse to try and stab and knock off some of the extra rats before taking my movement and trying to acrobatic my way through the scythes.
The rats are not in your way.
I'm aware. I'm still wanting to stab them to get them off of him before I make my movement through the door.
Okay, go ahead.
Roll the hit, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Yep, that definitely hits.
Yay. Sneak attack?
Yeah.
Yay.
Which is really weird because you're fighting a swarm, but it's whatever.
That's an 8 on that one. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16 damage.
All right, you actually swipe away most of them with your rapier. But there's still
I would
a little bit of the swarm left.
I would hope it looks exactly like Asuna from Sword Art Online, just the stabs,
Yeah.
the rapid stabs, and then I make my way through the I'm assuming there's no open hole that he just punched. We have to
No,
go
no,
through the
there
doorway?
is. He like went through it. He went through it, and the rats just like rained on top of him.
Oh, lovely. Then I'll make my way through that hole and further down the hall.
All right, as you do, the rest of the rats try to nibble at you with a nat 20. You gotta be kidding me.
I guess I can't retcon for a bonus action of disengage, could I?
No. You used your bonus action to sneak attack, I think.
No.
No,
my
it does not
sneak
tie to
attack
bonus
is-
anymore?
No. Sneak attack is if there's an ally within 5 feet of the target that you're attacking. And bonus action is completely, I would disengage if I had the chance. But you're not going to let me retcon that. So.
This is the second time I've had an attack opportunity that did a nat 20 on you. So at least one of them will hit. And of course I rolled a 75. Meaning it does 3 times the damage instead of 2.
See, that's my point exactly.
However,
Being able-
there's like barely any rats attacking you. And of course I rolled max damage. So you take 18 piercing damage.
I'm dead.
You're at 0.
No, I'm at -2. Or -3.
Yeah, you're down, but you're not dead yet.
Great.
I guess we're back in
The
initiative
plague?
then. And we'll go to who's next? Tim-Tam. Tim-Tam, you guys are still in the attic. There's now a hole in the wall that Saxton went through, and there were a bunch of rats. And a few of them got lucky and got Nyhm in the jugular, I guess.
I will fireball the rats.
Okay.
Yes. Because I have like -3 in medicine. I don't know, -1 still.
But say -3, you're worse than patience. Holy crap.
So -1. 13.
Yep, that hits.
Nine fire damage.
You shoot, and your beam, a little ray of fire that shoots out of your gun, burns up the rest of those rats, as Nym's body is just laying there motionless. After you, you can clearly hear, since you're closest to the stairway, the shifting and stuff as this thing's moving up the stairway, and it is Hemlock's
Okay.
turn.
Add
Whoa.
16 on medicine to.
When it's your turn. Right now it's
Oh, okay.
Hemlock's turn.
Sorry.
I will do medicine on them.
Okay.
19.
You've dealt with a case of the rat bite jugular condition, so
Yeah.
you patch him up. So Nyhm, good news. You're at 0 hit points and stable. You're unconscious, but you're not dying. At least not directly at the moment. Do you do
Can-
anything else?
Can I pick her up and hold her like a baby and carry her?
I'll say so, but that would be like your movement, I'll say.
Okay.
And then it is Saxton's turn. Saxton, you're back out in that big, dusty, cobweb-filled hall in the attic, where there was those stairs that led downwards.
Is everyone else through the wall?
Tim-Tam hasn't moved through the wall. Actually, Tim-Tam, you probably would have just went through right?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's through the wall.
How do we need to? Okay, get the fuck out.
All right, you continue going down the stairs. Let's see, what's your movement speed?
Mine's 45.
Okay, you can actually go quite a ways. So let me check. You end up... I got there, and then you immediately turn to your right, and there's the red carpeted spiral staircase that leads down. And you get almost to the very bottom of that spiral staircase on your turn. That's your move. You can dash. If you'd like. If you dash, you'll be out the front door.
I'm not going to leave them behind. I'm going to wait there for them to catch up.
Okay.
Specify your dodge action real quick.
Oh, and being a dodge stage.
Okay. The only obstacle that seems to be in your way is 2 more doorways. And they're the one that leads into the foyer and one that leads out of the foyer, out of the house. They all have, like, scythe blades going through them. After Saxton, Nyhm can't really do anything. So, Tim-Tam, you're heading down the steps?
Yeah.
Okay. As you guys are starting to head down the steps, that's just when you start to hear the blob thing is, like, starting to reach the top of the staircase leading up into the attic. Since no one's dying right now, we'll be out of initiative. So you immediately all catch up with Saxton, and there's only 2 more obstacles left. And it's the 2 doorways with side blades that go in and out of the foyer. Do you guys attempt to jump through? Or there seems to be a specific pattern to it. You don't think you have the time, but if you waited like a minute and studied it, you think you could give yourself advantage on the checks.
How fast are they moving?
Pretty fast.
Is there anything that we can grab and throw to jam them up?
You grab like a random chair and you go to use it, and the chair just gets cut up.
Is it like being held down by a pendulum from the ceiling?
No, they seem to be coming out of the walls somehow and then fading back into the walls. Something supernatural.
What do the
pretty
walls
much
look like?
It is a dexterity saving throw to get through.
Oh.
The walls look like the one up in the attic. They look brittle and such. But you can hear squeaking and stuff inside the walls. You think there's more rats in those walls?
Can I take Nyhm from Hemlock and try to do a dex dash through?
Yep. Just keep in mind, if you fail, Nym's also going to take that damage.
God.
I know, it's upsetting.
Okay.
It's a dexterity saving throw for this one.
Okay.
Hemlock, can you do anything to help? Do you have guidance? I don't think you get guidance.
20.
Oh, dirty 20?
Yep.
You're through the first one and you're in the foyer.
Do I need to do it for the second one?
Yeah. What about? But I think we'll do everybody else first. Hemlock and Tim-Tam. Do you guys jump through the doorway?
Yeah.
From where we are
Mm-hmm.
to where that thing is coming from, is there any flammable thing on the way?
Yeah, most of this house is made of wood. You think it would take? You think it would take a bit? Like if you shot once with your firebolt, that wouldn't be enough. But if you like put oil on the ground and then lit it on fire, you think that might work?
Is there any of those oil lamps?
Yeah.
Okay, I will throw one of those on the floor.
Okay.
And jump.
Okay, and where you threw it on the ground, the sound of glass shatters as the fire in that section of this main hall on the first floor is on fire. And the fire looks like it's going to stay, and it looks like it's going to grow.
Okay. Oh yeah. Dex save, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 3. No, that's a 4.
All right. As you jump through, the blades cut you, and you take 8 slashing damage, but you're on the other side. How about Hemlock?
I got a 19.
You get straight through. Not even a single hair on your raccoon tail gets swiped at all. And then there is one more, and you see this doorway these scythe blades moving, but you can see the doorway. Since there is no door there anymore, it leads outside. There is no more mist anymore. So you can see that cobblestone road outside.
21 for me.
All right, Saxton and Nyhm are through. Hemlock
5.
and Tim-Tam.
18.
All right, Tim-Tam jumps through. Hemlock jumps through and gets cut up. Takes 13 slashing damage. Are you up?
Yes, I am. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay, and you reach and you all reach the other side. And as you reach the other side, you notice that you are no longer in the woods. You notice this house appears to be next to 2 other houses. They seem to be all boarded up and such. And you appear to be in some kind of village. Let me change the music real quick, why not? Or should I say the ambiance, as we have the spooky going. It's a very sad village, and it's raining out. All you can hear are cries from some people in some buildings nearby. Towering over top of this village, as you all exit this house, you can see on the very ledge of this huge ravine, way up above to the north, appears to be a castle. Next to you guys, on the road, is a bottle of fine wine, and attached to it is a letter with a wax seal on it.
Let's check it out.
Nyhm, you're still technically at 0 hit points, but we'll see the rain has woken you up. But you are incapacitated. You can't move right now.
What does the note say?
You go over to it, and it's a bottle of... they got specific wines. Give me a moment.
Chateau Neuf de Pop?
No, it's something special. There it is. Regardless, it's some really nice wine. Well, okay, since I know I can't find the name of it, but you notice that it is branded as being from the Wizard of Wines. And it appears to be some kind of grape wine. Fine wine. And on the letter, it says, "Welcome to Barovia. Signed, Strahd von Zarovich." And that's where we'll end it tonight as you all reach 3rd level. Congratulations on surviving Death House.
Can I sew my arm back on?
After next session. So, as we end it for the night, does anyone have any plugs? I think we'll start with Hemlock.
I think you can find me at Callie on Twitter. I do commissions. I have them open almost all the time. My next game is Friday, Vaccine, on this channel at 7:30, where I am currently dying. And that's that's it for me.
Tim-Tam. Got any plugs?
Dying?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
She's at
oh
0
my
hit
God.
points.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I am an artist. You can follow me on Twitter. The handle is like right here. I'm also playing on Friday with Scotty and Callie.
Oh, and for those that don't know, since this is a new campaign, it might have brought some new people in. Lluis, Tim-Tam, is the artist for the Retroverse campaign setting, and that is
yeah.
the campaign that will be on Friday.
Yeah.
Do Nyhm or Saxton have any plugs?
I got
Right on
nothing.
stairs.
Nope.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching on a extended first episode. I decided to make it an extra hour because I was like, you guys might finish today. And we'll be continuing this again next week. We'll be playing every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll see where this unfortunate crew goes now. Luckily, they got out of Durst's Manor against CR5 Shambling Mound that was attacking you guys. And we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.